Here we go again, sports fans. I'm Ernie Harwell, bringing you New York Mets baseball. Here on WAPBA, you always have a front row seat. We're coming to you from out here at the park, where the Mets will host the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates.
It's opening day. Both teams steady in their blocks, and the long race begins in a few minutes. This is the first game in this 3-game series.
The Mets take the field here in the first. Get your scorecard. Manager Anderson sends out his squad this way. Hernandez at first base. Backman at second. Santana, the shortstop. Knight at third. Across the outfield, in left, it's Wilson. In center, Dykstra. And over in right, Strawberry. Carter is behind the plate and going today for New York. The starboard-sided Darling. When he's in command, he'll make you look foolish. He will be facing Pirates starter, right-hander Friend. So settle in. We're ready to start this game. Hope will start the first. He gets his share of hits. Darling staring in, ready to work. The pitch to Hope. Swung on, fly ball right field. Strawberry moves under it, back pedals, and takes it in. One down. One gone. First inning, the next Pirates batter is Grote. Dick, a strong hitter. He'll wait for his pitch. Darling staring in, ready to work. Darling deals. Wrapped back to the mound, and he spears it. Over to first, and Grote is retired. Now at bat, Stewart. Stewart, a fair hitter. Now Darling, ready. Darling over the offering. High fly ball to deep center. Dykstra is back on the track, reaches up and brings it down. That's 3 away. So the Pirates are retired in order. Pirates nothing. Mets coming up. For the Pirates. The Pirates take the field here in the first. Get your scorecard. Manager Weaver sends out his squad this way. Stewart at first base. Mazeroski at second. Grote the shortstop. Hoke at third. The trio in the outfield. In left, it's Skinner. In center, Burton. And over in right, Clemente. Burgess is behind the plate. And on the mound for Pittsburgh. The right-hand throwing Friend. Good control. Dykstra will get it started for the Mets. Hitting from the left side. Dykstra, recently known as a solid hitter. Now Friend, ready. The offering. Dykstra pops a little fly. Back of second. Mazeroski did Grote going out. Burton coming in. Coming in. And Burton makes the catch in front of Grote. 1 away. One gone. Base is clear for New York. Backman walks up. The switch hitter will bat left-handed. Wiley, a strong hitter. Backman has patience. Right-handed Friend goes to the set position. Friend to the wind. Cut on. It's a high fly to shallow center. Burton coming on. He's there. He waits on it. Lowers the glove and makes the catch. 2 down. Next up, Strawberry. Darrell has been a reliable hitter. Friend focuses in on the target. The pitch. Strawberry tops it down the third baseline. It'll be a tough play for Polk. The off-balance peg. Yes. Got him by a stride. Sweet play by Polk. Mets go down. So the Mets go in order. No score. We head for the top of the second inning. For Pittsburgh, it'll be Clemente, Skinner, and Burgess. Here's Clemente to start it off. He bats right. Roberto can be dangerous. Darling looking home. The pitch comes in. High fly ball to deep right center. Dykstra is racing to the track. So is Strawberry. Dykstra waves him off and brings it down. 1 away. Skinner walking up the bat. A trusty bat. Skinner can get on for you. Pitcher Darling eyeing Skinner. Now he's ready. Darling to the wind. Skinner really thumps this one. It's curving toward the pole. Wilson looks up. Is it fair or foul? Foul ball. Strike 1. Skinner back in the box. Right-hander Darling ready. Darling brings it home. Cut on. A topper out front. Darling has it. Goes to first. In time for the out. Burgess is now up. Burgess, recently known as a solid hitter. Burgess steps up to the plate. Right-hander Darling ready. Here he comes. Burgess hits a ground hugger towards second. Backman picks it up and flips to first. Routine. 3 down. The Mets retire the side in order. No score. The bottom of the second inning coming up. For New York, it'll be Hernandez, Carter, and Wilson. Here's Hernandez to lead it off. He can be dangerous. Friend ready. And now the pitch. Swung on, grounded to Hoke at third. He bobbles it, picks it up, throws quickly, Out by a step. One away. New York now sends Carter to bat from the right. For New York, base is empty. One away. A steady hitter. Burgess crouched down now. Now Friend pitches. Scorched back through the box. It caroms off his leg. Grote charges over. Bang, bang. Play at first. Carter is out. Friend shakes it off. He'll be all right. Two away. Wilson up there. A sure hitter. Batter set. Catcher ready. Here comes the pitch. Yanked towards second. Mazeroski feels it. He flips to first. High throw. But they get him. Three away. For the Mets. Three up, three down. No score here after two. Darning will now face the bottom of the Pirates lineup. Mazeroski, Burden, and Friend coming up. Here's Mazeroski to lead it off. Bill has been a reliable hitter. Mazeroski in the box. Now Darning ready. To the plate. Over but low, and Mazeroski takes first. That was Mazeroski's first walk of the season. Now at bat, Burden. You don't want to let down with him. You can't ignore first base. Mazeroski has the speed to score on a double. Batter facing Darning. Carter sets up. The pitch. Swung on, and it's pulled hard to right. Base hit. Strawberry's got a long way to go. He's there. Mazeroski rounds third. The throw comes into Santana. They're holding Mazeroski at third, and Burden is in standing with a double for Pittsburgh. The first hit in this game. No outs. Third inning, 2 on. Here's a pitcher, Friend. He stands in. Darning is on the slab. They're playing him in. Mazeroski takes his lead at third. Darning brings it. One hopper back to Darning. He picked it. He'll go to first. That's one. Mazeroski has to hold third. Fine play. Okay, one down. Mazeroski and Burden at third and second for Pittsburgh. Hoke the hit. Don can be dangerous. Hoke stands in. Darning on the rubber. Catcher ready. Infielders in. The runners take their lead, and the pitch. High and tight. The ump says ball 4. Darning wanted that one. And the bases are loaded. That was Hoke's first walk of the season. All right, one gone. Ducks on the pond. The top of the third inning. Grote now walks out to bat. He is dangerous. Grote wipes his left sleeve across his forehead. Darning works the ball with his hand. Batter in the box. He slowly digs in to face Darning. Straightens his shoulder. Quick look at the ump. Again focused on Darning. Waits. Darning sets up on the rubber again. Darning stares in for the sign. Righty against righty. Darning looking home. The Mets are looking for the play at the plate. The runners take their lead, and the pitch comes in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Grote is out. He didn't get cheated on that cut. That's 2. And he leaves the bases loaded. A big strikeout with the bases loaded. Stewart gets set to bat against Darning. The Pirates have 2 down. Bases full. Mazeroski, Burden, Hoke around the diamond. You don't want to pitch carelessly with Dick. Stewart preparing to bat. Darning shakes out his right arm. Darning bends for the rosin bag. Stewart takes his place in the box. Waits for the pitch. Darning climbs a mound. Darning comes set. Darning now. Grounded hard towards Santana. He has it. Flips the backman at second to retire the side. The line for the Pirates. No runs on one hit. They leave 3, and they fail to capitalize on the bases full situation. Still no score. Mets coming up. The Mets will send out the bottom of the lineup. Knight, Santana, and Darning. To get it going for the Mets here, Knight bats right. You can count on Ray. Burgess ready to receive. Now the pitch. This one is straight up the chute between first and home. Stewart wants it, and it's in his glove. One away. We have Santana coming up to hit. He hits from the right. Santana not strong at the plate. You don't see Raphael on much. Santana gets in there. Right-hander Friend ready. The pitch. High and inside, ball 1. Santana ready to take on Friend again. Friend gets set to pitch. Here's a pitch from Friend. Slow bounder to the right side. Stewart to his right. Scoops it. Flips to Friend. Just in time. Darning now walks out to bat. Ron taking his first at bat of the season. Burgess crouched down now. The pitch. Swung on. Hot smash to Mazeroski. He dives. He knocks it down. Throws quickly. In time. 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. And at the end of 3. Still no score here after 3. Clemente, Skinner, and Burgess to bat next. Here's Clemente to start it off. Right-hander Darning goes to the set position. Darning into the wind. Fastball. It's a number to the left of the mound. Santana charges. Picks up the ball barehanded. Then he gets him. 1 down. Pittsburgh now sends Skinner to bat. Skinner has patience. Darning looking home. Darning kicks and deals. Skinner goes down swinging. 2 away. Okay. Here's Burgess to take his swings. Darning prepared to work. Darning fires it in. Burgess clubs a high drive. Deep to right. It could be Strawberry to the track, and he takes it at the wall. Burgess just missed it. Side retired. The Mets retire the side in order. Still no score in the game. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. New York now will send out the top of the order. Dykstra, Backman, and Strawberry. Leading off, Dykstra. Now Friend ready. Now Friend comes home with it. Grounded to third, off his chest. He keeps it in front of him. The throw to first. And he's out for the first out. Well, 1 gone. It's now Backman to bat. The switch hitter batting left against Friend. Backman has patience. Friend looking home. Here he comes. Backman lofts an air job to left. Skinner and Burton range over. Skinner says he'll take it, and he covers it. 2 down. Now coming up, Strawberry. Burgess sets up. The pitch. Half swing. Oh. Darrell went too far. Out on strikes. 3 down. So the Mets go down 1, 2, 3, 4. Complete here in New York. Still no score in the game. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Darling will now face the bottom of the Pirates lineup. Mazeroski, Burton, and Friend coming up. Here's Mazeroski to start it off. Mazeroski walked his first time up. Bill steps up. Right-hander Darling ready. The offering. Hot shot to the right side. Backman to his left. Funny bounce. Knocks it down. Throws quickly to first, and he's safe. And they give Mazeroski the hit. The go-ahead run has reached. 1 on. Burton is out to take his hacks. He hits from the left. Burton hits safely in his first at bat. Mazeroski at first can run. Darling is on the slab. Darling comes set. The pitch comes in. Hit to dead left field. Should be routine. Wilson is under it, and he pulls it in. That's 1 down. Mazeroski gets back to first. Friend up there. Darling is on the slab. Now glances at Mazeroski. They're holding Mazeroski. The sacrifice is on. Darling comes home. Butted out and fouled away. Strike 1. Darling delivers again. Friend squares. The delivery. It's bunted toward third. Knight grabs it. His only play is at first. And he goes there for the out. And Mazeroski moves up. The go-ahead run is now at second base. Two outs. Mazeroski on second. Next to bat for Pittsburgh is Hoke from the right. He's their leadoff hitter. Hoke has a walk and 2 trips. Darling on the rubber. Carter sets up. Darling cranks it up. Hoke clips a rain bringer, twisting down the line. Not too deep. Strawberry is after it, tracks it near the right field stripe, and he grabs it for the out. That'll do it for Pittsburgh. Nothing across. 1 left. They waste the base runner. Still a scoreless tie. We head for the bottom of the 5th inning. For New York, here in the 5th, Hernandez, Carter, and Wilson. Well, to get it going for the Mets here, Hernandez. Hernandez, 0 for 1. Burgess crouched down now. Friend into the wind. A little tapper up the line. Stewart charges, scoops it, and tags Hernandez. 1 down. Next up, New York hitter Carter. Carter 0 for 1. Carter now ready. Burgess sets up. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 1. So Carter will get back in there. Right-handed Friend goes to the set position. Friend winds up. There's a bouncer to the left side, right where Grote is stationed. He takes his time with a peg and puts Carter away easily, and that's out number 2. Wilson up there. They'll have to work around Wilson's power. Wilson 0 for 1. Burgess sets up. The pitch. Inside, ball 1. So Wilson steps back in. Friend looking home. The delivery. It's a ground hugger to short. Grote gloves it and easily throws out Wilson for the final out. So the Mets go in order. Still no score here after 5. Here come the big guns for the Pirates. Grote, Stewart, and Clemente. Here's Grote to start it off. Grote 0 for 2. Darling looking in. Darling fires it in. Slashed into the hole. Backman to his left. He has it. Over to Hernandez. Grote is gone. 1 away. Now coming to bat for the Pirates. Stewart. Stewart is hitless in 2 at-bats. Darling is ready to fire it in. And the pitch. Lofted deep to left field. Wilson is chasing it. He's at the warning track. And he hauls it in. 2 away. The Pirates have 2 gone. Base is empty. Clemente walks up. He bats right. He's their cleanup hitter. Roberto gets good wood. Roberto has done nothing in 2 trips. Carter ready to receive. The pitch. Clemente skies it to center. Should be an easy play. Dykstra roams over for it and records the putout. 3 down. So the Pirates go down 1, 2, 3. Still no score. Mets coming up. The Mets will send out the bottom of the lineup. Knight, Santana, and Darling. If you're superstitious, turn down the volume now. The no-hitter is still alive for Friend. Here's Knight to lead it off. Knight is 0 for 1. He'll wait for his pitch. Ray waits. Friend looking home. The delivery. Knight grounds it foul at the plate. Strike 1. Knight ready to take on Friend again. Right-hander Friend ready. The pitch. Knight dribbles one to the left of the mound. Friend can't reach it. Grote charges in. Grabs it and throws in one motion and nips Knight at first for out number 1. Santana will bat next for New York. A right-sider. Santana 0 for 1. You don't see Raphael taking many pitches. Batter facing Friend. Burgess set. The pitch from Friend. Hard shot to the right side, and it's through. Base hit for Santana, and that's the first base knock for the Mets in this game. Breaking up the no-hitter for Friend with 1 down here in the 6th. The go-ahead run has reached. Darling is up next, and the fans are giving him a big hand. Santana at first not known for his speed. Friend climbs the mound. Eyes locked in on Burgess for the sign. Now glances at Santana. Infield looking for the bunt. The pitch. He squares. Fouled away. Again, he squares to bunt. The pitch. And he fouls it back. Strike 2. So Darling will get back in there. Friend sets up on the rubber again. Now glances at Santana. Darling squares. Friend brings it. It's bunted down the third baseline. Hoke picks it up. Bobbles it. Fires to first. And gets him by a step. And Santana moves up. The go-ahead run is now at second base. Dykstra. The hit. 2 gone. Santana on second for New York. Lenny is 0 for 2. Friend on the rubber. Checks Santana at second. Here's the pitch. Dykstra lunges at it. 3 down. The half for the Mets. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. A chance goes by the board. Still no score. Pirates coming up. For Pittsburgh, it'll be Skinner, Burgess, and Mazeroski. Here's Skinner to lead it off. Skinner 0 for 2. Skinner can get on for you. Now Darling ready. The delivery from Darling. There's a liner toward left. Wilson is coming in hard. He can't get it. It's on its way to the wall. Skinner's headed for second. He'll try for third. Dykstra is over. He has the ball. Too late. Skinner ends up on third with a triple. Wilson tried to make a sliding catch, but the ball scooted by him. The go-ahead run is now on third for Skinner. His first triple of the season. 1 on. Next up, Burgess. The Pirates can count on him. He has outstanding bat control. Skinner has a wheel. Burgess can break this deadlock. Darling wipes sweat from his hands. The batter stands in. Waits for the pitch. Darling climbs the mound. Darling takes a sign from Carter. Carter sets up. Anderson looks on silent. They're pulled in around the infield. Skinner with a head fake at third. Darling brings it to the plate. Hard bouncer to Backman. He dives, and it's through. Skinner scores easily. Single for Burgess. So the single drives in 1 big run, and the Pirates break the tie and now lead 1-0 here in the 7th. Here's Mazeroski coming to the plate. Bill will hurt you. Burgess won't wander far from first. Darling now set. The offering to Mazeroski. Mazeroski doesn't offer, and he draws a free pass. Nobody out. 7th inning, 2 on. The top of the 7th inning. Burden for a hit. Burden now ready. Darling put on the rubber. Checks Burgess at second. The runners take their lead. The pitch grounded hard at Knight. He scoops it up, fires to second, and they get him. Over to first. Not in time. Safe at first, and Burgess moves to third. 2 on. The top of the 7th inning. Next up, Friend. Friend relaxes himself at the plate. Darling comes set. They're playing him in. Burgess frozen at third, and the pitch comes in. Grounded hard to short. Santana reaches to his right, but he won't get it. Base hit. Burgess will score. Burden around second as the ball is returned to the infield. He'll hold right there. And Friend is aboard with a single. So Friend with a ribby single. That was pitcher Friend who delivered, helping himself. And the Pirates now lead 2-0. 1 gone. 7th inning, 2 on. Hoke up the bat. He's the top of the order. Don can do some damage. Don waits. And here comes Mets manager Anderson. He's asking Darling for the ball. Taking the mound for the Mets is McDowell, the right-hander. So Darling goes 6 1/3. His line, 2 runs. So far on 5 hits. Walk 3. He fans 2. He's responsible for the runners. He can only lose it. So despite a fine performance from Darling, he cannot win this game. For McDowell, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. He'll be looking for the double play. McDowell takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. McDowell comes set. McDowell kicks and deals. Swung on. Easy bounce at it. Backman. Could be two. He flips to Santana at second. Over to first. They turn it. A double play. And they get out of the inning. The line for the Pirates. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. They lead 1. And they jump into the lead after 6.5. 2-0 Pirates. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch. Here come the big guns for the Mets. Backman, Strawberry, and Hernandez. Well, Backman to lead it off for the Mets. Batter set. Burgess crouched down now. The offering. Cut on, ripped to right centered. Clemente gallops for it. He cuts it off. Backman wisely holds first. Strawberry's up. Darrell is 0 for 2. It will be tough to turn 2 with Strawberry at the plate. In the box now. Friend is ready to fire it in. Friend kicks and delivers. And he fans him. Strawberry is gone. 1 down. Here's Hernandez coming to the plate. Hernandez 0 for 2. Hernandez stands in. Friend staring in, ready to work. First baseman Stewart holding the runner on. Here's a pitch from Friend. It's a shot down the line to right. That's good for extra bases. Clemente plays the carom. And he kicks the ball away. Backman is streaking around third. He's headed for home. Here's a play at the plate. He slides in head first. He's safe. Hernandez heading for third. The throw. And they get him. Oh, those Pirates. They snuff out the tying run. Hernandez just doesn't have the wheels for that. Clemente picks up an error. So a run scores on the Hernandez double, and the Mets get one back. They are finally on the board, cutting that lead in half. The fans want more. Carter walking up the bat. Carter is hitless in 2 at bats. Carter with dependable power. Gary ready. Friend gets set to pitch. Here's a pitch. Breaking ball. Bounce past Friend. Throw is over. He stabs for it, makes a pickup, and throws Carter out by a step. And that's out number 3. For the Mets, a run on 2 hits. 1 misadventure for the Pirates. They leave none. They score, but still trail by 1. The score now stands 2-1. Mets trail. And they'll try to hold them until the 8th. New York will now face the Pittsburgh strength. Grote, Stewart, and Clemente. Grote will lead off the 8th. Right-hander. Hits for average. Dick is hitless in 3 at bats. Grote steadies his bat. Right-hander McDowell ready. McDowell fires it in. Slash to right. It's in there. Strawberry fields it. Grote starts for second, but he's quickly back as the throw comes into Santana. Single for Grote. All right, Grote on first. The next Pirates batter is Stewart. Stewart is hitless in 3 at-bats. Good speed at first. Stewart relaxes himself at the plate. McDowell put on the rubber. Righty against righty. Carter ready to receive. Space on the right. McDowell deals. Swung on and missed. 1 away. One on. Clemente walks up. He bats right. He's their cleanup hitter. Clemente 0 for 3. The hitter stands in. McDowell is on the slab. Righty against righty. McDowell set. The delivery. A towering fly ball to center. Dykstra drifts back. He squeezes it. 2 away. Grote gets back to first. Well, the next Pirates batter is Skinner. He's a left-handed batter for Pittsburgh. Runner on first. 2 gone. Skinner 1 for 3, and he scored once. Skinner stands in. Pitcher McDowell set to go. The pitch. Ground ball. Knight is up with it. Fires to second, and they get him. Pirates gone. The line for the Pirates. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. They waste the base runner. Holding a slight edge. We've played 7.5. Mets down 2-1. Wilson, Knight, and Santana due up for New York. Wilson to lead it off for the Mets. The switch hitting rookie will bat left here. They want to see him get on. Wilson is hitless in 2 at-bats. Friend is on the slab. Righty against lefty. Burgess sets up. He delivers. Strike 3. And it gets away from Burgess. He picks it up. Fires to first. And they get him. 1 away. Next up, Knight down by 1. They need to get him on. Knight is hitless in 2 at-bats. Ray can do some damage. Friend climbs a mound. Santana is trying to get loose in the on-deck circle. And now the pitch. Popped high in front of the plate. Burgess tosses the mask away. Waves off Hoke. And he's got it for the second out. None on. 2 outs. Santana will bat next for New York. A right-sider. Raphael does not get extra base hits. Raphael has a hit in 2 at-bats. Friend looking home. The pitch. Swung on. Foul tip. Held by Burgess. Strikeout. Side retired. So the Mets go in order. The score is still 2-1. Pittsburgh as we go to the top of the 9th inning. For Pittsburgh, it'll be Burgess, Mazeroski, and Burden. Burgess will start it off here in the 9th. He's a lefty. Smokey is a tough out. Smokey is 1 for 3, 1 RBI. And he scored a run. The batter stands in. Pitcher McDowell eyeing Burgess. Now he's ready. Here's a pitch from McDowell. Hit deep to right field. It's got plenty of carry. Fair or foul? Foul by a foot or 2. Too close for comfort for McDowell. Strike 1. So Burgess will get back in there. Now McDowell ready. He wheels and deals. Fastball, and it's pulled hard to right. It's deep enough if it's fair. Hooking. Just foul. Strike 2. Burgess stands in again. Carter sets up. The 2-strike pitch. Burgess dribbles one down the first baseline, but McDowell is able to reach it. Shovels to Hernandez, hustling back, and that's all for Burgess. One down, base is empty. Mazeroski gets set to face McDowell. Mazeroski 1 for 1 with 2 walks. McDowell looking home. The pitch. Mazeroski drives one down the left field line into the corner. Wilson plays the carom, and he kicks the ball away. Mazeroski's heading for third. They're waving him home. Here's Wilson's throw. Not in time, and he scores. Score that a double. So the double scores 1, and the Pirates now lead 3-1. Verdon advancing to the bat, 1 out. McDowell gets set to work on him. The pitch. Swung on, poked to right. Base hit. Strawberry gets in front of it, fields it cleanly. Verdon rounds first and holds. He's on with a single. Second hit for Verdon in the game. Okay, folks, listen up. Verdon on first, 1 away. Here's a pitcher, Friend. On the season, he's 1 for 2. Earlier had his first RBI. He's sacrificed once. Carter sets up. Infield drawn in a few feet. The pitch, he squares. It's bunted to the right of the mound. McDowell has it, looks to second, and takes the sure out at first. Friend has himself a successful sacrifice. Verdon moves up. For Pittsburgh, 2 down, 1 on, the top of the 9th inning. Pittsburgh now sends Hoke to bat from the right. Don is 0 for 3 with a walk. McDowell staring in, ready to work. Verdon extending his lead. He brings it home. Routine fly ball to right. This should do it. Strawberry camps in his tracks, and he covers it. That'll do it for Pittsburgh. A run on 2 hits. The Mets fumble once. 1 left. They add a little padding. Mets trailing 3-1, and we'll go to the home half. For New York, it'll be McDowell, Dykstra, and Backman. McDowell is scheduled to hit. McDowell coming up. Roger taking his first at bat of the season. He stands in. Friend is on the slab. Catcher Burgess sets his target. Mets manager Anderson looking at his score sheet. Anderson is recalling pitcher McDowell. Heap will pinch hit for him. Bats left. He wrenches a piece of ash from the bushes. Strolls to the box. So McDowell goes 2 2/3. The line on him. 1 unearned run. On 3 hits. Heap's up. Danny is a tough out. They need to get him on. He'll wait for his pitch. The hitter stands in. Friend toes the rubber. Dykstra is in his batting stance on deck. Right-handed Friend goes to the set position. He lets one go. Fly ball center field. Plenty of room. Verdon is there and takes it in. 1 down. We have Dykstra to bat for the Mets. 1 gone. He'll wait for his pitch. Friend toes the rubber. Backman now kneels in the on-deck circle. Now Friend comes home with it. Slow bounder to the right side. Mazeroski is there. He juggles it. Throws quickly. Just in time for the second out. Two away. 9th inning. Backman to hit. They want to see him get on. Backman has been up 3 times with 1 hit, and he scored once. Pitcher Friend set to go. Friend over the offering. Wrapped back to the mound, and he spears it over to first, and Backman is retired. Friend has a beautiful hitter. He picks up a complete game. A disappointing game for the New York fans. Here's the line for the Pirates. 3 runs on 8 hits, 1 miscue for the Pirates. They leave 7 for the Mets. A run on 3 hits, 1 miscue for the Mets. They leave only 1 runner. Friend gets his first win. Darling takes his first loss. So the Pirates gain a step for the Pirates. Overall, they now stand at 1-0. With this win, they move into undisputed first place for the Mets. Overall, 0-1. In the next game, the Mets will have another try. That's it for this time. Until next time, this is APBA and Ernie Harwell saying so long from New York. Final score, Pittsburgh Pirates 3, New York Mets 1.
All right, baseball geeks, nerds, degenerates, ne'er-do-wells, and overall wonderful gentlemen. Hope everybody's doing well today. Yeah, so I just finished creating up this league. So this one, a different mix than the other one. Just love doing these. So do have the Negro League seasons for Action PC Baseball. I thought I'd bring those up, look at them, and see. There's going to be a lot of work to do with those. So hopefully MV will be up to the task. So Steve says now he's officially free of meeting for work for the rest of the day. There we go. There we are. All right. Robbie says we are all geeks, baseball geeks. So last night, I think we came in just short of the extended release of Return of the King, but that was brilliant. I'm really glad that everybody had a good time last night. Really, really did. So, yeah, I think that we should probably have a look at these Negro League seasons. What do you guys think? Yeah, then I'll do another game really quickly. But we talk about looking at stats. So why not? Let's look at these rosters. All right, we'll bring them up in 2023 in a minute. And let me see. I might check my upload status here. 1 or more items. We'll just keep all items, I suppose. My computer's going to blow up, but who cares? All right, this should just take a second to bring up. I hope there we are. All right, we're in the Steve Tate file here. But I'm just going to install one of the Negro League seasons and just see what's in there. So I know that a lot of these are going to be really incomplete, really, really tough. And that's why I don't think we're going to, I don't know, we're going to probably have to pick teams that played out whatever a full season was constituted. I think for the 1930s Negro Leagues, it's going to be fine. For the 3 seasons I have from the 1920s, man, I don't know. That's going to be another. Thing altogether. Let's install one just for shits and giggles, man. And don't have to do this because it's a Dave Cook product, but why not? Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, 1920, 22. Let's go to, I don't know, something saying 1937. Let's do 1937 and see what we have. Okay. All right, so see, here's the problem with the Negro Leagues because they didn't play. So in addition to their regular sort of schedule, right, official, they played a lot of just other games, like all over the place as well. So that's going to make it kind of interesting. So we have like the Pittsburgh Crawfords, the Homestead Grays, Newark, Philadelphia, Kansas City, of course, the Indianapolis ABCs. But you can see these are not full schedules. So I'm not sure whether this is going to be a thing where we're going to have to do this as a draft league or not. I'm really kind of clueless what to do. Well, the problem again with the season replay, Robbie, is you look at St. Louis down here. They only played 33 games, right? Whereas Kansas City, right, played what, 89 games? So, or no, not even. What is it? My God. Someday, no, 69 games, right? So it's really going to be hard to do season replays. This is almost going to have to be. Right? Look at Jackson was only 4-6. But let's look at Kansas City's roster. Why not? So there we go. Looking at the hitters, and I recognize a lot of these players. A lot of them I don't. Some of them we don't even have first names for. So back in the horrible days of everything being segregated, um, things are spotty at best. So you would have players that they just didn't have a first name for because newspapers were segregated back in the day. So you didn't have like the New York Times, the Chicago Tribune, whatever, covering Negro League baseball. So they had their own newspapers, everything like that. So that's what makes these kind of difficult. But what's going to be nice is I think we're all going to be learning about these players at the same time, and I think this is going to really help dig even more deeply into Action PC because, right? I mean, we like that last game that I just did on Baseball for Windows, or any of the games that we do on Steve Tate's files, right? We know um, most of those players, but I mean, so here's Bullet Rogan, right? Definitely, right? This is a known player, all right. Ted Strong, believe it or not. But there's, for pitchers, I mean, it's gonna be really fun because to play these games, we're really gonna have to look at these stats, the ratings, which I'm really glad that he puts them in there, as Steve said, for our reference. Hey, there's Todd B. No, there's going to be another game in a few minutes, Todd B. There's going to be another game. So, yep, just in a few minutes. I'm not going to make this a big talk about the Negro Leagues because I don't know what the hell I'm going to do except to bring everybody in and I guess rely on Action PC's way to delete partial players because getting, and we might have to just give right here, whoever he is, a first name. I don't know. It's going to be seam heads. This is going to be a while before this actually is going to go. But let's pick another great. Pittsburgh was, and I know people will argue, but I mean Chicago or Pittsburgh with two great. There we go. There's the Homestead Grays. So there's Buck Leonard, Ray Dandridge. Who else do we have here? Good God. I mean, this is there he is. There's the great Josh Gibson, who just could, it's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. But I could install one of the 1920s leagues to see if Pop Lloyd is in there, see how long he played. I'm not really sure. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. And this is just one season. I haven't installed. There's 7 more Negro League seasons. Action PC's only done 8. I guess Dave Cook is still working with Seamheads or whatever. Hopefully, we'll see more Negro League seasons. Out of the Park manages to have them all. Don't know how they did it, but they did do it. So, is there a Negro League All-Star? We would essentially, I guess, create one. There's not one available for Action PC. He just created 8 seasons. If you go on Out of the Park Baseball, not only do I have them all, but I should show you guys a really neat league that somebody did. It's an all-time great franchise league, and one of them is all Negro League. It's all Negro League, and it's really cool. Good Lord, what's Steve doing? Steve's putting some numbers in the chat. Thank you, Steve. So we know that somebody's 53, 103, 22, 400, 10, 10, 14, 2, 2, 1, and 2. So there we go. I'd like to thank Steve Tate for those numbers. Right? Tonight's lotto, exactly. So obviously we know what Steve Tate is up to in the background, right? Yeah. Well, again, season replays are going to be too hard. It's going to be too hard to do in these things, man. So hopefully when I get a chance to talk to MV, and I think he has Action PC Baseball, he and I are going to have to really work together on this. And we may ask Steve Tate for some, maybe some suggestions. Because on these teams, you're not going to see Jackie Robinson or Larry Doby. You're not going to see Hank Aaron because these are teams from the 20s and 30s, so you're not going to see those guys. 3 from the 1920s, 5 from the 1930s. It's not a lot to work with, but we'll figure it out. But and then we'll get back to a baseball for Windows game. Um, so, and out of the park baseball, the problem is when the game was being developed and all those years, um, every league other than the National League and American League in out of the park baseball is recognized as a minor league, which means because I thought originally, hey, why not just do a tournament, pick some great Negro League teams and let them have at it, right? Or whatever, or maybe make a few all-star games and just do this as sort of a fun kind of thing. Because I don't think we're going to be able to get where everybody's just going to be able to just pick a Negro League team and manage it. Um, Unfortunately, thanks to prejudice, that's what's making this a tricky, tricky thing. But I will figure it out. I will figure it out. And I mean, this was money well spent. It cost $57 for these 8 seasons, so I'm not going to complain. These players really do deserve to be remembered. But back to action piece or to out of the park baseball quickly. A number of people had asked Marcus and Matt and everybody in there why can't we do tournaments and things like that, and they said that they would have to actually recode the entire game um, for that to work, which obviously they're not going to do. So for instance, if you want to play Federal League and out of the park baseball, it's a minor league. Baseball finally recognized the Negro Leagues as major leagues, but they would have to hard code the game, so you can't do those same things, unfortunately. I think it would be a blast and would have saved me $57, but it's all good. Oh, that was for Spud Davis. All right. Right, you're right, Todd B. And I could show you guys something if you want to see something insane. Let me show you something insane besides all the icons on my desk. So I'm going to bring up something for you guys here, and it's on the other screen. So that's cool. Let's bring this back up. Oh my God, my computer's hating me right now. Let's exit out of this, and I'm going to show you guys how crazy this would be for the Negro Leagues. All right. So I'm going to bring this Excel sheet up, and I'm going to drag it over, and I'm going to show you exactly how crazy this would be. All right. So give it a second, and you will see why this is going to be nuts. All right. So there's the Excel sheet. These are all the Negro League players, all of them. Okay. And just give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I need to get the phone. Thank you guys for waiting. That was a female particle giving me a call, so always talk to female particles, as you know. So yeah, there is a video. So I am going to review that video. And yeah, you can bring in individual players into any season, but it's a lot of work. And so in this Excel spreadsheet right here, so Steve, you like to geek out on stuff. Here you go. This is everybody in the Negro Leagues that ever played. And so what you need um, for out of the park baseball is their baseball reference ID, which is here. Last name, first name, their starting year, their their birth year, their debut year, and then what year their final game was played. So they're all here. I can export this as a comma delimited a CSV file. And then what you do is you just copy and paste what you want. However, all that being said, if we scroll down to the bottom of this bad boy, and I know Steve's probably really familiar with mega huge files like this, as would be Big Clue. But guys, this thing goes down to 3,513 names. So it's bloody use. Did I post a pic of myself in the Discord? I did? Big Clue, are you being weird? If you are, that's good, because that's welcome. No, there aren't, Robbie. I can double check that, but I think the baseball history collection is strictly Major League Baseball. I'm pretty sure. So, nope, that would be nice, but I don't think so. I do not think so. Let's, you know what? Let me see. Let me make sure this is all done. Is this all uploaded? Good. I just uploaded a crap ton of baseball stuff onto my Google Drive. All right, so really quickly, and then we'll do another game here in baseball for Windows. Let's go to DK Sports. Really quickly, I'm going to bring this over for you guys to see. I'm going to close this crazy ass thing. Bring this over so I can, kind of see you guys and say, hey, what's up? I got screens upon screens open here. All right, so hang on a second. We will get back to a game. You won't have to listen to me, I promise. All right, so we go to the shop. Let's go to the shop. And let's go to the baseball history collection. More info. So yeah, it has it's almost 19,000 retired players, blah 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 blah, and everything that's broken down here, right? This is all Major League Baseball history. This isn't. So that means Federal League, Union Association, Players League, all those leagues are in here, but the Negro Leagues aren't. Unfortunately, I wish they were. I mean, we could run a test, but I'm pretty certain these are just because of these subsets. Now I use also an older one along with this that gives you baseball decade teams. There's no Negro League players, so I wish. So it does by countries now, which is really neat. So now they've added in Canada, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, and Germany, Ireland, yay, Japan, Mexico, Panama, Puerto Rico, the United Kingdom, the United States, Venezuela. So we could do things by countries. We could do our own all-time World Baseball Classic, which just gave me an idea. So Robbie, thank you. You just gave me another idea for use with the baseball history collection, because the World Baseball Classic starts in March this year. We could do our own, man. How about it? Let's see how well. I don't know how many players we have from Ireland and Germany or whatever, but must have been enough there for Dave to make some teams, so they're in here. Yeah, but Robbie, it's not that it's not a shame. It's not really Dave's fault. It's prejudice. Here we go. Now I've got to take care of the garbage here. Robbie, I wish you would have. I wish you would just tell your girlfriends to stop coming in. Oh my God. Thank you, Robbie, for taking care of the trash. I appreciate it. So it's prejudice, Robbie. It's really, really prejudice. So we can't fault Dave or anything like that. And these stats are hard to come by. All right. Well, anyhow, our baseball classic, that's not going to be like right away. All right, let's bring back up baseball for Windows, and we can have a Yankees Red Sox game, or we can have a Cardinals Cubs game. You guys pick what you like. Robbie, thank you, for being fast on the draw there, buddy. I was just going over to take out the trash. Thanks. All right, guys, do you want Yankees Red Sox, or do you want Cubs Cardinals? Because this is opening day, and then we'll just keep going. I just created this league, finished creating this one up today, or whatever. You can do whatever you want. But I think it'd be fun. We have two good rivalries here against each other. So let you guys pick. Then I'll just wait. And the sooner you pick, then you don't have to listen to my voice anymore. Robbie says he does need a wife. Might have to line up a Yankee fan. Yep. Accuracy and completeness of Negro League stats is getting better all the time. It really is. And I'm hoping that Dave will continue to work on those, because I'd really want to stay with Action PC Baseball for the Negro Leagues project. Yep, Cuban and Japanese stats, absolutely. And we're talking about two countries where baseball is a religion, you might as well say. Cuba and Japanese. Of course, most of you know Fidel Castro actually wanted to be a Major League Baseball player. If he would have made it for the Dodgers, because he did, right? If he would have made it, how different the world might have been, huh? And, of course, great Japanese players. And, of course, not a lot of people knew about Satoharu Oh, but once Ichiro got in the game, buddy, there you go, huh? Steve Tate is the master of creating Action PC files. I mean, I'm going to ask Steve's advice. He has so many I don't want him to, like, jump in and create a project. I really want to try to do this with MV. Give Steve a break. He's doing a ton of things already. Yeah, you think Japan would, considering how pervasive baseball is in Japan. Oh, my goodness. All right. I'm going to make an executive decision since we did a National League game. And now we're going to do an American League game. So we're going to do Red Sox at Yankees. I forget which Yankee team I selected and which Boston team. But Boston's going to be the 1986 Red Sox. I don't know which Yankees team they're playing. I think they're playing the 1960 Yankees, but I'm not sure. Another episode of how different things might have been. George W. Bush, owner of the Texas Rangers, was the choice to succeed Fay Vincent as commissioner. Reinsdorf and other Selig allies maneuvered to get Selig appointed instead. Selig was crap. Imagine if Bush had not entered politics. I think George Bush, the Bush family, I'll just say this. I'm a liberal, but the Bush family absolutely loved baseball, and under their ownership, the Texas Rangers, they were good owners, and I think Bush would have made an excellent baseball commissioner. Actually, I really do. So, Robbie. All right, here we go. We are gonna do this. Let me just make sure I've got anything shut down in the background. All right, so let's do this. Select play manual game. And we will leave Shea, and we're going to do the Red Sox at Yankees. And it's going to be, it's going to be the 1986 Red Sox versus the 1960 New York Yankees. So here we go. Let's Let's get it rocking. I just let the AI manage both, because why not? And I don't even have all these managers in here yet. I don't know who does what. So we're just gonna go with, let's have Earl Weaver do both this time. I think it'll be fun. Okay, so and Earl Weaver to manage both teams. I will be getting the rest of the managers at some point. Not too worried about it. All right, guys, I'm going to go mute. Enjoy the game.
Here we go again, sports fans. I'm Ernie Harwell. And welcome to New York Yankees baseball. And this is WAPBA, the voice of baseball in your home since 1951. We're coming to you from out here at the park. Today, the visiting Boston Red Sox will test the Yankees at home.
It's opening day. Both of these teams are fresh out of the preseason, so find a team to root for. Because, as a great commissioner once said, not rooting is a deprivation. This is the first game in this 3-game series.
The Yankees take the field here in the first. Weaver has set his opening slate. Skowron at first base. Richardson at second. Kubek the shortstop. Boya at third. Across the outfield, in left, it's Maris. In center, Mantle. And over in right, Lopez. Berra is behind the plate, batting in the 2 spot and DHing McDougal. And on the mound for the Yankees, the left-hander Ford. He will be facing Red Sox starter, right-hander Clemens. We'll tell you about him in the bottom half, so settle in. We're ready to start this game. All right. Barrett to lead it off for the Red Sox. He swings from the right. Barrett, recently known as a solid hitter. Barrett knows how to get on base. Marty, ready. Left-hander Ford, ready. The pitch. Cut on, way out in front. Strike 3, 1 down. Buckner gets set to face Ford. You can't afford to take him too lightly. Pitcher Ford eyeing Buckner. Now he's ready. Here's a pitch from Ford. He pops it up. Skowron is backing up. Richardson is over. Waves off Skowron. And that's out number 2. Well, 2 gone. Rice up to hit. Jim, a strong hitter. The hitter stands in. Berra ready to receive. The pitch. Push toward first. Skowron to his right. He has it. Flips to Ford. Ford bobbles it. And Rice is safe. Took his eye off the ball. He'll pick up an error on that play. Now coming to bat for the Red Sox. Boggs. Wade, a strong hitter. Berra crouched down now. Here's the pitch. Boggs bounces one toward short. Grabbed on 2 hops by Kubek. Makes the throw for the final out. for the Red Sox. Nothing across. The Yankees fumble once. They leave one. Red Sox nothing. Yankees coming up for the Red Sox. The Red Sox take the field here in the first. Get your scorecard. Manager Weaver sends out his squad this way. Buckner at first base. Barrett at second. Canones, the shortstop. Boggs at third. Across the outfield in left is Armas. In center, Rice. And over in right, Evans. Gedman is behind the plate at DH. Baylor. He bats sixth. And the Boston mound artist, the righty Clemens. When he's on, that strike zone gets awfully big. To get it going for the Yankees here, Lopez, right-handed hitter to face Clemens. Capable of some fine hitting. Lopez gets in there. Right-hander Clemens ready. Here's the pitch. It's Luke to right. Evans coming on, but he won't get it, and Lopez is on at first. McDougal walks up toward New York. Lopez on first, no outs. McDougal, a fair hitter. Lopez has the speed to score on a double. Catcher Gedman sets his target. Clemens comes to the plate. Swung on, line to short. He leaps, caught. And Lopez gets back safely. Next up, New York hitter Maris. Maris, a fierce hitter. Maris waiting for Clemens. Right-handed Clemens goes to the set position. The pitch. Maris sends one to straightaway center. Rice has got a bead, and he takes it in. That's the second out. Lopez gets back to first. Mantle gets set to face Clemens. He's their cleanup hitter for New York. Lopez down at first, 2 away. Exceptional power. Clemens prepared to work. Lopez going with a pitch. Lined back to the mound. It's off his glove. Mantle races down the line. No play. Lopez holds up at second. Well, Lopez at second. Mantle at first. 2 down. The bottom of the first inning. Here's Skowron. Bill can pound the ball. Clemens climbs the mound. Checks the runners. The runners take their lead. He brings it home. Grounded hard to short. Canones fields it. Flips to Barrett at second. And they get him to retire the side. The half for the Yankees. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2. They couldn't get the runners home. No score as we go to the top of the second inning. For Boston here in the second. Evans, Baylor, and Armas. Evans will start it off here in the second. A steady hitter. Berra set. The pitch. Just off the corner. A base on balls. That was Evans' first walk of the season. Baylor coming up. Uncertain at the plate. Evans with satisfactory speed. Ford will go to work on him. Ford brings it. Out sharply to the left side. Kubek grabs it and flips to second for 1. Over to first. Safe by a step, but they get the lead runner. Armas up there. He's earned his reputation at the plate. Baylor with satisfactory speed. Left-hander Ford ready. The pitch. Armas pounds it on the ground. Richardson stops it on 1 hop. Shovels some Kubek for the force. And he leaps over Baylor. Then guns it to first. In time for the double dipper. The half for the Red Sox. 0-0-0. New York due up. Berra, Quebec, and Richardson to bat next. Berra will get it started for the Yankees left side batter. He gets his share of hits. The hitter stands in. Clemens gets set to pitch. He brings it in. Lazy fly to center. Easy chance for Bryce. He's got it. One down. One out. Second inning. Quebec will bat next for New York. Batting seventh. You don't want to let down with him. Quebec waits. Right-handed Clemens goes to the set position. And the pitch. Swung on. It's popped foul behind third. Boggs moves under it. And it pops out of his glove. That turns it out into a strike. So Quebec will get back in there. Gedman set. He brings it in. Quebec sends it in the air, deep right center field. Rice goes over. Evans goes over. And the ball goes over the fence. Quebec with a round tripper. So Quebec has his first homer of the season, clubbed in his very first at bat, and the Yankees go ahead by a run, 1-0, second inning. Here's Richardson coming to the plate. You don't want to let down with him. Richardson waiting. Clemens focuses in on the target. Clemens into the wind. Richardson started to go round, but he checked his swing in time. He takes a walk to first. That was Richardson's first walk of the season. It's now Boya the bat. He swings from the right side. The Yankees have one gone, runner on first. Cleat will deliver an occasional hit. Richardson at first has legs. Boya settles himself in the box. Clemens staring in, ready to work. The offering from Clemens. Grounded weakly to Canones. He charges. He's up with it, looks at second. Pumps, he'll go to first. And that's out number 2. Richardson moves up. We have Lopez, the bat for the Yankees for New York. 2 outs. Richardson standing out at second. The batter stands in. Catcher Gedman sets his target. And now the pitch. A lazy fly ball to left. Lopez got under it. And now so does Armas. It's in the bag. That's 3 away. That'll do it for New York. A run on 1 hit. 1 miscue for the Red Sox. 1 left. So they have 1 in the bank after 2. 1-0 Yankees. For Boston here in the third. Gedman, Canones, and Barrett. Here's Gedman to lead it off. He'll take advantage of your mistakes. Gedman takes his stance. Ford focuses in on the target. The pitch. Foul back to the screen. Strike 1. Gedman ready to take on Ford again. Ford gets set to pitch. Here he comes. A bouncer back of second. Fielded by Richardson. He throws in time. 1 down. Well, 1 out, nobody on. For Boston. Now Canones to face Ford. Let's see if he can outperform his advanced billing. He stands in. Ford looking home. Now Ford pitches. Canones lofts a routine fly ball to center. Mantle drifts under it and hauls it in. 2 gone. 2 away. Third inning. We have Barrett to bat for the Red Sox. Left-handed Ford goes to the set position. Ford with the pitch. Barrett nudges a little worm killer to second. He could beat this out. The quick snap from Richardson, and Barrett is out at first. 3 away. No runs, no hits, no errors. Midway through the third. The score is still 1-0 New York as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Here come the big guns for the Yankees. McDougal, Maris, and Mantle. Here's McDougal to lead it off. Clemens looking in at the target. The pitch. It's lofted to shallow center. Rice runs in on it. Still coming. And he makes the catch. And there's 1 away. We have Maris, the bat for the Yankees. Clemens staring in, ready to work. Clemens deals. Easy bounce at Barrett. He stops it. Flips to first. In time for out number 2. Mantle will bat next for New York. The switch hitting Mickey will bat left here. The Yankees have 2 down, none on. The slugger stands in. Catcher Gedman sets his target. Clemens winds and fires. Hit to straightaway center field. Plenty of room. Rice moves under it and takes it in. That's 3 away. So the Yankees go quietly. The score is still 1-0 New York as we go to the top of the 4th inning. New York will now face the Boston strength. Buckner, Rice, and Boggs. Okay. Buckner will lead off the 4th. Catcher ready. He brings it home. Line drive to third. Hits over his head. And Buckner is on with a single for Boston. The first hit in this game. 1 on. Next up, Rice. Buckner with satisfactory speed. Pitcher Ford eyeing Rice. Now he's ready. The pitch. Pulled sharply to Boya. Just out of reach. Maris is racing to the line. Still after it. Still running. He's there. Picks it up. Buckner rounds third. The throw comes into Kubek. They're holding Buckner at third. And Rice is in standing with a double. For Boston, Buckner at third. Rice at second. No outs. It's now the port side swinger, Boggs, to the bat. He's their cleanup hitter. He is dangerous. Ford on the rubber. Infield deep. The runners take their lead. Ford deals. It's skied. Richardson is in. Kubek is in. Richardson is calling for it. And he makes the catch for out number 1. And the runners hold. 1 gone. 2 in scoring position for Boston. We have Evans, the bat for the Red Sox. A valuable bat. The hitter stands in. Ford on the rubber. Lefty against righty. Ford now set. Infield deep. Buckner steps off third. Ford brings it to the plate. It's popped foul behind third. Boya is drifting back. Kubek racing over. Ford is pointing at Kubek. Kubek covers it, and the runners hold. Two gone, 2 in scoring position for Boston. The top of the 4th inning. Baylor will bat next for Boston, a right-sider. He has not been a hitter of late. Ford on the rubber. Jaw tightens as he gets a sign. Berra set. At third, Buckner takes a short lead. The pitch. Baylor puts a charge into this pitch. It might fly. Maris races back to the track. He leaps.
He has it.
3 down. The half for the Red Sox. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. They leave 2. An opportunity wasted after 3.5. It's still 1-0 Yankees. For New York, here in the 4th, Skowron, Berra, and Kubek. Here's Skowron to lead it off. The slugger stands in. Clemens poised. Clemens
brings it.
The heater, it's in there. Strike 3, 1 down. One away. 4th inning. Berra up the bat. Berra in the box. Pitcher Clemens set to go. Here's a pitch from Clemens. It's a shot to left center. Rice is over. Still after it. And he makes the running catch. 2 away. Two gone. We have Kubek coming up to hit. He bats left. Kubek relaxes himself at the plate. Pitcher Clemens eyeing Kubek. Now he's ready. Clemens
Winds up.
Cut on, and it's lined to center field. Base hit. Rice in, and it skips by him. He's after it. And Kubek is into second standing. Score that a double. Evans came over quickly to back him up. Tony with his second hit in this game. Runner on second. 2 outs. Richardson steps up to face Clemens. Richardson waits. Pitcher Clemens set to go. Clemens
With the pitch.
routine fly ball to right. This should do it. Evans camps in his tracks, and he covers it. For the Yankees, nothing across. 1 left, so the Yankees fail to capitalize on the runner. The score still stands 1-0 Yankees as we head for the top of the 5th inning. The Red Sox will send out the bottom of the lineup. Armas, Gedman, and Canones. Armas to lead it off for the Red Sox. Left-hander Ford, ready. The pitch. Grounded to the right side. Skowron knocks it down. He's up with it. He flips to Ford, covering for the out. Gedman is out to take his hacks. He hits from the left. 1 down, nobody on for Boston. Left-handed Ford goes to the set position. Ford
With the pitch.
lined, but right at Skowron. He snatches it in midair, and Gedman barely got out of the box. And that's the second out. Next up, Boston hitter Canones. Canones made an out in his first at bat. Ray does not get extra base hits. Left-hander Ford ready.
To the plate.
Canones dribbles one to the left of the mound. Ford can't reach it. Kubek charges in, grabs it, and throws in one motion. And nips Canones at first. 3 away. So the Red Sox go in order. The score still 1-0. Yankees leading. Boya, Lopez, and McDougal due up for New York. Boya
Starts it for the
Yankees. Now and again he'll get a hit for you. Gedman sets up. And the pitch. Boya sends one to left center. Rice is racing over. Armas is on the run. The two pass in the night. And Rice makes the catch.
One down.
Lopez up there. A trusty bat. Batter facing Clemens. Right-hander Clemens ready. Now the pitch. Lopez goes down swinging.
Two down.
McDougal walking up the bat. Gill 0 for 2. Batter facing Clemens. Clemens is ready to fire it in. The pitch. Check swing. He held up and he walks. That was McDougal's first walk of the season. Now at bat, Maris. Roger has done nothing in 2 trips. The slugger stands in. Catcher ready. McDougal is off and running. Clemens deals. Soft liner. One hop, Buckner. He'll make the play at first himself, and that's it. For the Yankees, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. So the Yankees fail to capitalize on the runner after 5. Yankees up by 1. Boston now will send out the top of the order. Barrett, Buckner, and Rice. Barrett to lead it off for the Red Sox. He hits from the right. Ford prepared to work. Ford to the wind. That's Sky to right center. Medium deep. Mantle roams over. He calls. Can of corn.
1 down.
Buckner up there. Ford prepares to come home. He brings it in. One hop to second, over to first. And that's the second out. Rice walking up the bat. Rice 1 for 2. Rice is a threat for the extra base hit. Catcher Berra sets his target. Here's a pitch. It's a shot to left center. That's a base hit. Rice rounds first. Mantle takes it on the long bounce. The throw to second. And Rice holds with a single. Second safety for Rice. Boggs is now up. Wade is hitless in 2 at-bats. Ford is ready to fire it in. The run is going. The delivery. Rounded weakly to first. Skowron's up with it. And he tags the bag. And that's it. The half for the Red Sox. No runs, 1 hit. They lead 1. The score still stands 1-0. Yankees as we head for the bottom of the 6th inning. For New York, it'll be Mantle, Skowron, and Berra. Mantle will get it started for the Yankees against Clemens. He'll bat left. You can count on Mickey. New York starter Ford is on his game, but an extra run would give him a little room. The slugger stands in. Clemens gets set to pitch. Clemens into his motion. Delivers. Grounded deep into the hole. Canones is over, but he won't get it. Base hit for Mantle. Second hit for Mantle in the game. Skowron comes up the bat. He has the talent to do some damage. Swift-footed Mantle at first. Now Clemens ready. Mantle bluffs going. He delivers. Grounded hard to second. Pebble bounce. Tipped off his glove. He's up with it. Throws quickly to first, and they get him. 1 away. Mantle now at second. One on. Berra is out to take his hacks. Yogi has done nothing in 2 trips. Berra waits. Clemens sets up on the rubber again. Clemens set. Speedy Mantle edging toward third. The offering from Clemens. Wide of the mark. And Berra walks. And that sets up the double play. That was Berra's first walk of the season. The next Yankees batter is Kubek. Mantle on second. Berra on first. 1 gone. He's already delivered 2 hits in the game. Kubek waits. Clemens on the rubber. Righty against lefty. Gedman ready to receive. The runners take their lead. Now he comes home with it. Smashed hard at Buckner. He scoops it up. Over to second for 1. Back to Buckner at first. Not in time. And Mantle moves to third. Richardson up the bat. Yankees with runners at the corners. 2 down. A steady hitter. Bobby ready. Gedman ready to receive. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Richardson is caught looking. Must have shaved the corner. Richardson is glaring back and questioning the ump. That's 3 away. That'll do it for New York. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 2. So the Yankees fail to cash in on the 2 runners. Yankees up 1-0. For Boston here in the 7th. Evans, Baylor, and Armas. To get it going for the Red Sox here. Evans. Left-handed forward. Goes to the set position. Here comes the pitch. Hit hard toward the gap in right center. Mantle is racing back. He won't get it. It's off the wall. Mantle chases it down. Evans cruises into second. The tying run is now at second base. Nobody out. 7th inning. 1 on. Baylor comes out to face Ford. Bats right. Baylor is 0 for 2. Evans takes his lead off second. He's a tying run. Ford shakes out his arms. The ump wants to look at the ball. Now he returns it to Ford. So now Baylor steps up to the plate. Settles in. Bat cocked. Now ready. Ford sets up on the rubber again. Ford has a sign. The ball's hidden in his mitt. Lefty against righty. Pitcher Ford eyeing Baylor. Now he's ready. Here's the pitch. Baylor lofts a routine fly ball to center. Mantle has it measured, moves in, and pulls it down. Evans held up, and now he tags, but they're holding him at second as the ball is returned to the infield. Evans on second, 1 out. Armas is out to take his hacks, and he hacks from the right. Armas is hitless in 2 at-bats. Ford stretches his arms above his head. Armas in the batter's box. Settles in. Now ready. Ford on the rubber. Checks Evans at second. Now the pitch. Swung on. Lined at Skowron. And he snares it. He fires to second. But Evans hustles back. The next Red Sox batter is Gedman. He's a left-handed batter. 2 down. Evans standing out at second for Boston. Gedman is hitless in 2 at-bats. Evans a few steps off second. If he scores, we're tied. Ford wipes sweat from his hands. Combs his hair with his hand. Gedman at the plate. Waits. Ford put on the rubber. Ford stares in for the sign. Checks Evans at second. The pitch. Slice toward short, and he has it in the air. And that's out number 3. For the Red Sox, no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. They had a chance but could not convert. The score is still 1-0. New York. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back while it's root. Root, root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, spank you out at the old ball game.
Moya, Lopez, then McDougal. Due up for New York. Here's Moya to lead it off. He hits from the right. Moya, not a threat for average. New York started Ford pitching well, but the Yankees could use a little insurance. Clemens poised. The offering to Moya. Off balance swing, missed. Strike 3. 1 away. Lopez walks up. He bats right. 1 gone. He gets his share of hits. Lopez steps up to the plate. Gedman sets up. Clemens to the wind. Swung on. Hot smash to Barrett. He dives. He knocks it down. Throws quickly. Not in time. And they're giving him the base hit. Second. Safety for Lopez. Here comes McDougal to take his cuts. McDougal, a fair hitter. Lopez is fast enough to be a factor here. New York starter Ford pitching tough, but an extra run would give them a little room. Catcher Gedman sets his target. Clemens fires it in. Grounded hard to second. Funny bounce. Tipped off his glove. He's up with it. Swings it to first. Out at first. 2 down. Lopez now at second. Two down. 7th inning. 1 on. Maris is stepping up to hit against Clemens. Maris is hitless in 3 at-bats. New York started Ford pitching well, but the Yankees would feel better with another run. Gedman crouched down now. The pitch. The heater, it's in there. 3 down. For the Yankees, nothing across. No errors. 1 left. They failed to capitalize on the runner, holding a slight edge. Yankees over the Red Sox. 1-0, and they'll try to protect that lead in the 8th. For Boston, it'll be Canones, Barrett, and Buckner. Canones will start it off here in the 8th, and he hacks from the right. Canones has done nothing in 2 trips. Ford is on the slab, lefty against righty. The pitch. Slow roller toward third. Moya has to rush his peg. And he gets his man. Sweet play by Moya. That's 1. Well, Boston now sends Barrett to bat from the right. 1 away. Barrett is hitless in 3 at-bats. He gets his share of hits. Ford is on the slab. Buckner waves a weighted bat on deck. Berra sets up. The pitch. There's a little tapper to the right side. Skowron hesitated coming in, and Ford is just watching from the hill. Barrett legs it out, and he has a little gift. Scored that a single. The tying run is on. Okay, next to bat for Boston is a left-hand hitting Buckner. 1 down. Barrett on at first. Down by 1. Buckner is 1 for 3. Barrett can motor at first. Ford sets up on the rubber again. Lefty against lefty. Ford prepares to come home. Weaver looks on silent. Big hold on the right side. Barrett takes a good lead. The pitch. Buckner swings. This one will get a lot of airtime. Maris gives chase. Going back, and it clears a wall. 2-run shot for Buckner. He seems to like base runners. Buckner will touch them all. And he's sure taking his time. He's greeted at the plate. So Buckner has his first homer of the season. The Red Sox have their first big runs, and the Red Sox have stolen the lead from the Yankees. They're now ahead 2-1, and this crowd has gone silent. They are stunned. Rice is out to take his hacks. Jim can pound the ball. Rice 2 for 3. Ford gets set to pitch.
To the plate.
Popped high to the right side. Richardson drifts back. He's calling for it. He reaches up and brings it down. 2 away. Two outs. The top of the 8th inning. Boggs gets set to face Ford. Wade is hitless in 3 at-bats. Berra set. The pitch. Fastball. It's a number to the left of the mound. Kubek charges. Picks up the ball barehanded. Then he gets him. That's the 3rd out. For the Red Sox, 2-2-0. They have taken the lead in this game. Yankees trailing 2-1 and will go to the home half. Mantle, Skowron, and Berra due up for New York. To get it going for the Yankees here, Mantle, the switch hitter, will go to the first base side of the box. Mickey, 2 for 3. Mantle is a feared offensive threat. Clemens, put on the rubber, fingers the ball behind his back. Skowron is in his batting stance on deck. The New York crowd pressing on Mantle. Here's the pitch. Batted hard on the ground toward right. Diving stop by Barrett. Throws. And he makes the play to first. Mantle is robbed of a base hit on a great play by Barrett. 1 away. One away. Skowron is out to take his hacks. And he hacks from the right. Skowron 0 for 3. Clemens cannot afford to make a mistake to Skowron. Clemens toes the rubber. Eyes narrow as he peers in for the sign. Berra is in his batting stance on deck. Clemens brings it home. It's a whiff. 2 gone. Berra will bat next for New York. Yogi can do some damage. Yogi, 1 free ticket in 3 trips. Right-hander Clemens ready. The pitch comes in. Fly ball center field. Should be no trouble. Rice is there. And he pulls it in. That's 3 away. So the Yankees go quietly. After 8, it's still 2-1 Red Sox. Evans, Baylor, and Armas to bat next. Evans to lead it off for the Red Sox. Dwight gets good wood. Evans has been up 3 times with a hit and a walk. Ford ready.
To the plate.
Wide of the mark, and Evans walks. And that's only the 2nd walk issued by Ford. No one out. 9th inning. 1 on. Here's Baylor. Don is 0 for 3. And here comes Yankees manager Weaver. He's asking Ford for the ball. Coming in to relieve Ford is Chance. So Ford gets his innings. He pitched 8. His line, 2 runs. so far on 6 hits. A homer. Walk 2. 1 strikeout. He's responsible for the runner. He can only lose it. So despite a fine performance from Ford, he cannot win this game. For Chance, this is his first appearance. He's a southpaw. He'll be looking for the double play. Chance takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. In the box now. Chance climbs a mound. Armas now kneels in the on-deck circle. Studies Chance's delivery. Chance staring in. Ready to work. Chance cranks it up. A bouncer to the right side. Skowron can't reach it. Richardson dives. He knocks it down. But that's all he can do. Baylor is on with an infield hit. Here we go. Runners at first and second. No outs. Here's Armas. Tony is 0 for 3. Very unlikely to bunt here. Berra sets up. He comes home. A line drive off the bat of Armas. Maris runs in on it, and it stays up for him. He gathers it in. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in. The Red Sox have 1 gone. Evans on second. Baylor on first. Gedman up to hit. Rich 0 for 3. Catcher Berra sets his target. Quick move to the plate. Popped high to the right side. Richardson drifts back. Infield fly called. He's under it and makes the catch. And the runners hold. Two on the top of the 9th inning. Next to bat for Boston is Canones from the right. Canones is hitless in 3 at-bats. Chance poised. The runners take their lead. He brings it home. Canones is called out on strike. That's 3 away. That'll do it for Boston. No runs on 1 hit. 2 left. So they fail to cash in on 2 valuable runners, holding their narrow margin. Yankees still with a 1-run deficit. Clemens will now face the bottom of the Yankees lineup. Kubek, Richardson, and Boya coming up. Kubek will get it started for the Yankees. Left-handed hitter to face Clemens. They want to see him get on. Kubek had his first homer earlier in this game. Tony 2 for 3. Clemens wipes sweat from his hands. The batter stands in. Now ready. Clemens climbs a mound. Righty against lefty. He delivers. The ball is lifted into right center. Not deep. Evans drifts into the gap and takes it in. 1 down. One out, 9th inning. Here's Richardson. They want to see him get on. Richardson walked once. He's 0 for 2. He'll take advantage of your mistakes. The ump is dusting off the plate. Batter in the box. Now ready. Clemens toes the rubber. Righty against righty. The New York crowd roaring, spurring on. Richardson. Clemens delivers. Line drive base hit to right. Richardson rounds first, but Evans wings it back into Barrett, and Richardson will settle for a single. The tying run is on. Okay, the action's on. Boya's up. 1 down. Richardson on first for New York. Down by 1. Cleat 0 for 3. Richardson at first has legs. Boya still not in the box. Clemens inspects the ball. Clemens shakes out his right arm, digging a landing spot in front of the rubber. Boya in the box. Lowers the brim of his cap. Lowers the bat an inch or 2. Now ready. Clemens sets up on the rubber again. The right-handed hitter, Lopez, on deck. Clemens now set. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. And Boya is hopping mad. He's jumping up and down. No, wait. He's not angry. He's hurt. The pitch hit him. Boya's in pain, but he seems to be okay. And he trots down to first. So the Boston defensives have been breached. The tying run is now at second base. So, 1 out, 2 on, first and second for New York. Down by 1. Next up, Lopez. Hector is their leadoff man. Hector has been up 4 times with 2 hits. Lopez tucks in his shirt. Clemens works the ball with his hand. Combs his hair with his hand. Climbs the mound. Paws a rubber. Lopez takes his place in the box. Now, ready. Clemens on the rubber. McDougal to bat next. Checks the runners. The runners take their lead. Clemens brings it. High fly ball to left. Armas moves under it, taps his glove, and brings it down. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in. So here's the right-handed McDougal to take his swings. Richardson at second. Boya at first. 2 down. McDougal is 0 for 3 with a walk. If the Yankees are going to score, then it will take a 2-out hit. McDougal grips his right shoulder. Clemens shakes out his arms. McDougal takes his place in the box. He steps out of the box. Adjusts. Now he's back in. Waits. Clemens on the rubber. The left-handed hitter, Maris, on deck. Still the crowd pressing on McDougal. Checks Richardson at second. Yankees skipper Weaver walking down the bench. He's going to his bench. Weaver is calling on the Pines hitter. That's Gonder heading in to replace McDougal. So the lefty will face Clemens, the right-hander. That makes him the DH. Gonder coming up. Jesse, a terrific slugger. Gonder still not in the box. Tugs at his belt. Clemens bends for the rosin bag. Clemens shakes out his right arm. Gonder in the box. Turns his shoulder in. Knocks the bat handle twice on the plate. Leans in. Clemens is on the slab. Maris is trying to get loose in the on-deck circle. Still the crowd exhorting Gonder. Check Richardson at second. The runners take their lead. The pitch is on the way. On the ground to deep short. Canones can't get there. It's through for a base hit. Armas running in. Still coming. Richardson is well around third. Moya is rounding second. They're waving Richardson in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate. And he's in standing. Tie game. And Moya holds at second. Gonder is on with a single. So the single drives in 1 big run, and the Yankees have tied this game. They're now even at tied at 2. Just listen to that crowd. 2 outs, 9th inning. 2 on. New York now sends Maris to bat, hitting from the left side. Roger has done nothing in 4 trips. Maris brushes his shirt. Clemens stretches his arms above his head. Clemens works the ball with his hand. If the Yankees are going to score, then it will take a 2-out hit. The ump wants to look at the ball. Now he returns it to Clemens. So now, Maris in the batter's box. Waits. Clemens put on the rubber. Gedman crouched down now. The runners take their lead. The pitch, pop foul behind third. Canones is over. Waves off Boggs and brings it in. For the Yankees, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2. They had good chances for more, but they do tie it up. Score 2 all into 9, and we're headed to extra innings.
We're at the head of the order for the
Red Sox. Chance will face Barrett, Buckner, and Rice. Okay, Barrett will start it off here in the 10th. Barrett has been up 4 times with a hit, and he scored once. He gets his share of hits. The Yankees defense on the ready. Barrett has the speed to shake things up. Chance has asked for a new ball. He's rubbing it up. Kicks the rubber. Barrett takes his place in the box. Marty takes his time settling in the box. Marty has a look of determination on his face. Taps the barrel on the plate. Now ready. Chance gets set to work on him. The pitch from Chance. Swung on. Blooper down the right field line. Lopez racing in. He makes the running catch. 1 down. All right, 1 down. Buckner's up. Already has a homer in this game. His first. Buckner has a brace and 4 trips. He's driven in 2. Buckner takes his place in the box. Bill has a look of determination on his face. Now ready. Chance prepared to work. Chance into the wind. Grounded hard to short. Quebec fields it. Over to Skowron at first. In plenty of time. 2 down. Two outs. 10th inning. Here's Rice. Rice has been up 4 times with 2 hits. Rice is a threat for the extra base hit. Rice in the box. Glances down at the plate. Leans in. Chance will go to work on him. Chance deals. On the hand. Rice flicks it to right. Richardson might have a play. Racing back for it, but it falls in just out of reach, and Rice is aboard with a single. The go-ahead run has reached 3rd. Hit for Rice in the game. Left-handed hitter Boggs gets set to bat against Chance. He's their cleanup hitter for Boston. 2 gone, 1 on. Boggs 0 for 4. Wade can do some damage. Rice with decent speed. Boggs posts his hands on the bat. Chance works the ball with his hand. Fixes his cap. Boggs takes his place in the box. Waits for the pitch. Chance climbs the mound. Evans is loose and ready to follow Boggs. Chance gets set to pitch. Weaver looks on silent. First baseman Skowron is on the bag. Chance rocks and fires. Half swing by Boggs. The pitch was low. Did he hold up? No! Boggs will grab some pine. Red Sox gone. The half for the Red Sox. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. Another half inning gone. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Score 2 all. Mantle, Skowron, and Berra due up for New York. Mantle to lead it off for the Yankees. The switch hitter will go to the first base side of the box. Mickey has a brace and 4 trips. Clemens cannot afford to make a mistake to Mantle. Mantle has the speed to manufacture a run. Clemens stretches his arms above his head. Clemens works the ball with his hand. The up using his broom to clean off the plate. Mantle takes his place in the box. Adjusts himself. Works his hands on the bat handle. Now ready. Taking the mound for the Red Sox is Stanley. So Clemens gets his innings. He pitched 9 full innings. The game for Clemens, 2 runs on 8 hits. A homer. Walk 3. He struck out 6. He gets a no decision. So despite a fine performance from Clemens, he cannot win this game. For Stanley, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. It's his game to win. Stanley stretches his arms above his head. The up using his broom to clean off the plate. Mickey at the plate. Adjusts his shoulders. Leans in. Stanley staring in, ready to work. The pitch. A blast to right. No doubt about this one. It's all over. It's gone way over the fence. Home run for Mantle. Yankees win, spurred on by the disciplined leadership of Weaver. Our expectancy is rewarded. Mantle has won this game with a clutch 10th inning home run. Finished with no one out here in the 10th inning. The Yankees won a squeaker 3-2. Here's the line for the Yankees. 3 runs on 9 hits, 1 miscue. They lead 10 for the Red Sox. 2 runs on 8 hits, 1 miscue. And they lead 8. Chance gets the win, his first. Stanley takes the loss, his first.
So the
Yankees
gain a step.
for the Yankees.
Overall, they now stand at
1-0.
With this win, they move into undisputed first place. The
Red Sox
overall,
0-1.
in the next game, they'll go after the
Red Sox.
again.
Bye for now, everybody. This is WAPBA and Ernie Harwell saying so long from New York. Yankees take this one from the Red Sox. 3-2.
Good game. That was a good game, good game. Let's see. So, Cousin Ken says he's hanging around. So, I did say a Philadelphia Phillies game. So, it looks like we're going to have Cincinnati Reds and Philadelphia Phillies for our triple header, trying to find Robbie Wartburg a wife. Big Clue says, Mantl's one of those guys I use a time machine to get back and watch. Absolutely. Especially the home run midlife crisis was talking about. Could you imagine being in the park and he hit that facade out there? That was just gargantuan. Gargantuan. Ruth never approached anything like that. Oh, my God. Yeah, somewhere. I looked at the directory, Todd, and it's in some weird file format I've never seen, and I wouldn't have the foggiest how to even unpack those files. I wish I could. Oh my God, could have a ball with it, right? All right, Cousin Ken ready for some Phillies, so let's do it. Game 3, and by the end of this, Robbie's gonna have a girlfriend. We certainly hope. Just remember, Robbie, though, to be discerning. All right, let's see what we got. Oh no, we got Cubs and Cardinals. No, that's right. Let's get back out. And what I'm going to do with that, we're going to autoplay Cubs and Cardinals, but I have to give them a, let me see, how do I want to do this to take care of them? I forgot that we had that one game left. So I'm going to set a manager for them and just do it as a background game, and then I'll undo it. See that? Rules. Where's the manager? Oh my God, why do you have to make this so hard on me? Guys, why? Not you guys, I meant APBA. Alright, St. Louis. Lineups. Well, not for team. Oh yeah, there, I can do it here. So I'm going to set it auto, and we're just going to let, I will put Sparky Anderson to work. Click OK. And then for the Cubs, then I can always take these back off again. Lineups, Chicago Cubs. I'm just doing this to autoplay this game. Sparky Anderson. Okay, select, play automatic games background. And that's it. And for anybody that cares, we can look at the box score really quick. Chicago defeats the Cardinals 4-2. So I guess this is going to be a quadruple header. So Greg Maddux gets the win. Bob Gibson takes the loss. That would have been a good one to see. But there you go. All right. Now let's go on to the next day. Actually, I want to take these off because I do want to do a Cardinals-Cubs game at some point. Great rivalry, right? Lineup for team Chicago Cubs. We'll just make that manual. Click OK. And for St. Louis, lineups and manual. And click OK. Now all these games are selectable. All right, cool. Select play manual game. That looks better. Philadelphia Phillies at the Cincinnati Reds. This is going to be 1980. Be the 1980 Phillies versus the 1990 Reds. And since Sparky Anderson's right at the top, let's do him against Earl Weaver. I think that'll be fun. At least until I get the rest of these installed that I want to install. I just found a whole ton of these. All right, go and mute. Enjoy the game, Philadelphia and Cincinnati.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Harwell. And welcome to Cincinnati Reds baseball. This is a national pastime on APBA, the voice of baseball in your home since 1951. We're coming to you from out here at the park. Today, the visiting Philadelphia Phillies will test the Reds at home.
It's opening day. The sounds of practice are stilled. The mitts are oiled. And another season begins. This is the first of a 3-game set.
The Reds take the field here in the first. Get your scorecard. Manager Weaver sends out his squad this way. Benzinger at first base. Duncan at second. Larkin to the shortstop. Sabo at third. The outfield consists of O'Neill in left field, Davis in center field, and Hatcher over in right. Oliver is behind the plate and on the mound for the Reds. The left-hander, Browning. He will be facing Phillies starter, left-hander Carlton. We'll tell you about him in the bottom half, so settle in. We're ready to start this game. To get it going for the Phillies here, Trio, recently known as a solid hitter. Batter facing Browning. Catcher Oliver sets his target. The pitch. Grounded hard wide of third. Sabo just reaches it. Over to first. In time for the out. One away. One out, none on for Philadelphia. It's now Boa to bat. The switchy goes to the third base side of the plate. Larry has been a reliable hitter. Browning ready. The pitch comes in. Banged to left center. Base hit. Boa rounds first and holds with a single. One away.
First
inning. One on. Schmidt up. Schmidt, a fierce hitter. Browning wants to pin Boa to first. The slugger stands in. Left-handed Browning goes to the set position. Browning
brings it home.
Swung on. Strike. Boa is trying for the steal. Oliver turns it around fast. The sweep tag. Safe. The hand got in. That's his first steal of the season. So Schmidt steps back in. Browning climbs a mound. Checks Boa at second. Boa stretching his lead. Pitcher steps off. Browning is back on the rubber. Browning brings it to the plate. Just catches the plate. See you later. 2 down. Two gone. First inning, 1 on. Here's McBride to take his swings. He's their cleanup hitter. He has the talent to do some damage. McBride steps up to the plate. Browning prepared to work. Boa moves quietly toward third. Browning over the offering. Hot smash to Duncan. Takes it on 1 hop. This should do it. And he flips to first in time. Side retired. The line for the Phillies. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. They waste the base runner. Phillies, nothing. Reds coming up. For the Phillies. The Phillies take the field here in the first. Here's how it lines up defensively for the Phillies. Rose at first base. Trio at second. Boa, the shortstop. Schmidt at third. The outfield consists of Luzinski in left field, Maddox in center field, and McBride over in right. Boone is behind the plate, and starting for the Phillies, the port-sided Carlton. When he's on, that strike zone gets awfully big. Larkin starts it for the Reds. He gets his share of hits. The batter stands in. Pitcher Carlton eyeing Larkin. Now he's ready. Carlton brings it to the plate. Slow bounder to the right side. Trio is there. He juggles it, throws quickly. Not in time. And they're giving him the base hit. Duncan walking up the bat. He has the talent to do some damage. Larkin at first has wings. The hitter stands in. Carlton will go to work on him. Larkin, 2 full strides off first. Here's a pitch from Carlton. And it nails him on the shoulder.
The umpire's calling time.
The trainer's out. Duncan, he's on his feet.
It doesn't look good.
But he'll stay in the game.
He walks slowly down to first.
Davis up the bat. The Reds have no one out. Larkin at second. Duncan at first. Eric has been a reliable hitter. Carlton sets up on the rubber again. Checks the runners. The runners take their lead. Carlton kicks and delivers. Grounded hard to short. Could be 2. Boa fields it. Flips the trio at second. Over to first. Oh, double play. Larkin moves to third. Two away.
First
inning, 1 on. Left-sided O'Neill will bat next for Cincinnati. Batting cleanup. You don't want to pitch carelessly with Paul. Left-handed Carlton goes to the set position. Speeded Larkin edging down the line. Carlton winds up. O'Neill is called out on strikes, and Larkin is stranded. Side retired. For the Reds, nothing across. They leave 1, no score. The Phillies will get a try in the top of the second inning. For Philadelphia, here in the second, Luzinski, Maddox, and Rose. Luzinski to lead it off for the Phillies. Not in there for his bat. Luzinski stands in. Oliver ready to receive. Here's a pitch from Browning. There's a fly ball to left. O'Neill drifts back. Still backpedaling. Hey, this ball may carry. At the fence. O'Neill jumps for it. Does he have it? No! A home run from Luzinski. So Buzinski has his first homer of the season, clubbed in his very first at bat, and the Phillies go ahead by a run, 1-0 here in the second. Maddox up there. A trusty bat. Browning looking in. The pitch to Maddox. Maddox goes down swinging.
One down.
Here's Rose coming to the plate. The Phillies can count on him. Rose now ready. Browning gets set to pitch. The pitch. Swung on. Hot smash to Duncan. He dives. He's got it. Throws quickly. In time. 2 away. Boone is now up. Not in there for his bat. Boone settles himself in the box. Oliver set. The pitch to Boone. Boone lofts a routine fly ball to center. Davis drifts under it and hauls it in. Side retired. For the Phillies, 1 run on 1 hit. They jump into the lead. The score is 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning. For Cincinnati, here in the second, Sabo, Hatcher, and Benzinger. Here's Sabo to start it off. Sabo, a fair hitter. Batter set. Carlton ready. Now Carlton pitches. Sabo pulls away, but the ump says it's in there, and Carlton records a strikeout.
1 down.
One out. Hatcher the hit. A sure hitter. Hatcher waits. Boone ready to receive. Carlton delivers. Slow bounder up the middle. Boa is over. Good bounce. The throw to first. Bounces in the dirt. Rose scoops it. Too late. Now at bat, Benzinger. A steady hitter. A rabbit on first. Carlton comes set. Carlton brings it home. Low, and Hatcher takes off. Here's Boone with a throw. The ump signals. Safe. That's his first steal of the season. So Benzinger steps back in. Carlton on the rubber, checks Hatcher at second. Hatcher moves quietly toward third. The pitch wide of the strike zone. Ball 4. And Benzinger trots down to first. And that sets up the double play. That was Benzinger's first walk of the season. Two on. Oliver steps up to face Carlton. Batting 8. A streaky hitter. In the box now. Carlton on the rubber. Left-handed Carlton goes to the set position. The runners take their lead. Quick move to the plate, and it's lined to center field. It drops in. Maddox after it. He stumbles, but he's got it. Hatcher will score. Benzinger is heading for third. Here's the throw. And he gets him. Out at third. Oliver rounds first and holds. So Oliver with a ribby single, and the Reds have tied this game. Browning coming up. Tom taking his first at bat of the season. Batter waits. Carlton looking in at the target. He lets one go. Swung on. Hard bounce at a trio. And he boots it. The ball rolls into the outfield. Oliver is going for third. He'll make it. And Browning holds at first. Trio picks up an error. Two gone. Runners at first and third. Larkin will bat next for Cincinnati. A right-sider. Batter ready. Carlton sets up on the rubber again. Carlton gets set to pitch. The runners take their lead. Carlton comes to the plate. Hard shot to the right side. Trio is over. And it's through. Oliver will score. Browning is around second. He's headed to third. Here's McBride. Score. On the bounce. And he gets him. So the single drives in one. And the Reds go ahead by a run. 2-1 here in the second. The half for the Reds. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. They leave 1. They have taken the lead in this game. The score now stands 2-1 Reds as we head for the top of the third inning. For Philadelphia, it'll be Carlton, Trio, and Boa. All right. Carlton to lead it off for the Phillies. He bats left-handed. Steve taking his first at bat of the season. Browning gets set to work on him. He lets one go. Carlton bruises it, heading for the gap in left center. But O'Neill flags it down on the first bounce, and Carlton decides not to stretch it. He hugs first with a single. Trio up there. Carlton, a competent runner. The batter stands in. Browning staring in, ready to work. They're holding Carlton. The pitch just catches the plate. See you later. 1 down. Boa comes up to bat. Larry ready. Browning will go to work on him. And the pitch. Boa swings. This is a big league fly ball. Set to field. And he takes it in. 2 away. Carlton gets back to first. Now coming up, Schmidt. The slugger stands in. Now Browning ready. The pitch. Schmidt shoots it toward short. Larkin stops it on the first hop, flips it to Duncan, and the side is retired. For the Phillies, nothing across. No errors. 1 left. They had a chance but could not convert. Reds still leading by 1 and will go to the home half. The big hitters coming up against Carlton. 2, 3, 4. Duncan, Davis, and O'Neill. To get it going for the Reds. Here, Duncan. Boone set. He lets it go. Duncan bruises it, heading for the gap in left center. But Brzezinski flags it down on the first bounce, and Duncan decides not to stretch it. He hugs first with a single. For Cincinnati, Duncan down at first, no outs. Now Davis to face Carlton. Bats right. Batting third. Duncan at first has wings. Carlton set. First baseman Rose is on the bag. Duncan with a substantial lead. The pitch from Carlton upstairs with a fast one. Davis doesn't offer, and Carlton gets the call. He's out on strikes. 1 away. O'Neill, bat in hand. Batter set. Pitcher Carlton set to go. The offering. Swung on and missed. Carlton pulled the string. And O'Neill was way out in front. A pair of strikeouts for Carlton here in the third. 2 down. Sabo getting ready to go. Left-hander Carlton ready. The pitch. Taken, and Duncan takes off. Great jump. The peg. Safe. Late throw. That's his first steal of the season, and that's the Reds' second stolen base in this game. So Sabo will get back in there. Carlton will go to work on him. Duncan extending his lead. The pitch comes in. Base hit right field. It drops in front of McBride. He has to play the long bounce. Duncan is around third. They're waving Duncan in, and he scores. As the throw comes into second, Sabo holds it first for a single. So Sabo with a ready single, and the Reds now the 3-1. Hatcher walking up the bat. Carlton looking in. Big hole on the right side. Sabo takes a good lead. The pitch. Hit hard to Boa. He takes a high hop. Throws quickly to first. And the side is retired. The half for the Reds. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They leave 1. They add a little padding. The score is 3-1 as we go to the top of the 4th inning. McBride, Luzinski, and Maddox to bat next. Here's McBride to start it off. Batter waits. Browning staring in, ready to work. Browning into his motion. Delivers, swung on. Grounded to Sabo at third. He bobbles it. Picks it up, throws quickly. Out by a step. 1 away. We have right-handed Luzinski to bat for the Phillies. Luzinski waiting for Browning. Browning looking home. The pitch. He swings, but he held up. And it's ball 4. Gregg takes his base on the walk, and that's the first walk issued by Browning. That was Luzinski's first walk of the season. Maddox comes up the bat. Maddox in the box. Browning is ready to fire it in. The pitch. Grounded deep into the hole. Larkin is over. He's got it. The long throw to first. And that's the second out. And Luzinski hugged second. Luzinski had a good jump on the pitch. There was no chance to get 2. Well, for Philadelphia. 2 gone. Runner on second. Philadelphia now sends Rose to bat. Batter ready. Browning looking home. The pitch to Rose. It's popped foul behind third. Larkin is over. And he's got it. 3 down. For the Phillies, nothing across. 1 left. They had a chance but could not convert. The score still stands 3-1. Reds as we head for the bottom of the 4th inning. Carlton will now face the bottom of the Reds lineup. Benzinger, Oliver, and Browning coming up. Leading off, Benzinger. Boone sets up. Carlton winds up. Fly ball right center. Maddox on his horse. But he won't get there. It's off the wall. Maddox is chasing it down. And Benzinger will make second standing. Oliver is stepping up to hit against Carlton. He's a right-handed batter. The Reds have no outs. Runner on second. Pitcher Carlton eyeing Oliver. Now he's ready. The pitch. Strike 3 called. And it gets by Boone. Oliver races down the line. Boone's throw. And they get him. 1 down. Benzinger never took off. He's still at second. Boone may have been crossed up on that pitch, but he played it well to hold the runner. Left-sided Browning will bat next for Cincinnati. 1 out, 1 on. Tom steps up. Left-hander Carlton ready. Infield looking for the bunt. Carlton fires it in. Browning squares. Foul ball. Again, he squares to bunt, and he fouls it back.
Strike two.
Browning back in the box. Carlton gets set to work on him.
Infield looking for the bunt. The two-strike pitch.
Browning squares. Fouled off.
Strike three.
Browning doesn't get the job done. For Cincinnati, 2 down, 1 on.
Right-handed batter
Larkin
now walks out to bat.
Carlton focuses in on the target. He lets it go. It's lifted high to shallow left. Boa is drifting back, and he's got it, and that's out number 3. For the Reds, nothing across. 1 left on. Reds still with a 2-run lead. We go to the top of the 5th inning. The Phillies will have Boone, Carlton, and Trio here in the 5th. Here's Boone to start it off, right-hander. Browning gets set to work on him. He lets one go. Off the end of the bat, Benzinger moves for it, and he spears it, waves off Browning, and he steps on first for the out.
1 down.
Carlton is up next. Carlton takes his stance. Pitcher Browning eyeing Carlton. Now he's ready.
The pitch.
It's popped high in the air. Larkin is backing up. He has it measured, and he puts it away for the second out. Trio bat in hand. Manning has done nothing in 2 trips. Trio waiting. Browning looking in. Browning now. Grounded toward third. Sabo feels it. Fires. Got him for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors. Midway through the 5th. Reds over the Phillies. 3-1. The big hitters coming up against Carlton. 2, 3, 4. Duncan, Davis, and O'Neill. Here's Duncan to start it off. Duncan, recently known as a solid hitter. Duncan stands in. Left-hander Carlton ready. He lets it go. Slow roller toward third. Schmidt has to rush his peg. And he gets his man. Notched one. Davis up. He's earned his reputation at the plate. Carlton prepared to work. Here's the pitch. He swings, but he held up. Nope, he went too far. Eric is down on strike. 2 away for Carlton. Strikeout number 7. All right, 2 gone. Bases clear. O'Neill the hit. Hall is hitless in 2 at-bats. O'Neill is struck out twice. The hitter stands in. Carlton prepared to work. Now he comes home with it. And he fans him. O'Neill is gone. Side retired. For Carlton, that's already his 8th strikeout of the game. O'Neill is now struck out 3 times. For the Reds, 3 up, 3 down. Reds over the Phillies, 3-1. And they'll try to protect that lead in the 6th. Cincinnati will now face the Philadelphia strength. Boa, Schmidt, and McBride. Here's Boa to start it off against Browning. He'll bat right. Browning looking home. The pitch. Boa gets the sweet part of the bat on it. It'll be a tough chance for O'Neill. He might not make it there, heading toward the wall. He has it in his glove, and he hits the wall. but he holds the ball. Great play. One away. Schmidt up. Schmidt can get on for you. Schmidt waiting for Browning. Browning will go to work on him. Browning now. That's batted to the right side. Benzinger feels it. And he runs to first ahead of Schmidt. 2 away. McBride's up. McBride is 0 for 2. McBride settles himself in the box. Catcher Oliver sets his target. He brings it in. Spanked sharply to Sabo. Brutal bounce. The quick throw across the diamond got him. That's why they call it the hot corner. 3 away. So the Phillies go down 1-2-3. The score still 3-1. Reds leading. For Cincinnati here in the 6th. Sabo, Hatcher, and Benzinger. Sabo starts it for the Reds. A valuable bat. Sabo steadies his bat. Carlton staring in, ready to work. He wheels and deals. Right by him, strike 3. 1 away, 9 strikeouts for Carlton. 1 out, 6th inning. Now Hatcher to face Carlton. A trusty bat. Hatcher waiting. Carlton looking home. He brings it home. Hatcher wraps it to the right side. Trio ranges to his left. The quick peg to first. And Hatcher is retired. And that's out number 2. Benzinger is up next. Todd is 1 for 1 and walked once. Batter set. Carlton gets set to work on him. Carlton to the wind. Breaking ball. Bounce past Carlton. Boa is over. He stabs for it. Makes a pickup and throws Benzinger out by a step. 3 away. Carlton sets them down in order. Reds over the Phillies 3-1. And they'll try to protect that lead in the 7th. Luzinski, Maddox, and Rose to bat next. Here's Luzinski to start it off. Browning focuses in on the target. Here's the delivery. Swung on, hit to dead center field. Davis is right there, waits, and pulls it down. 1 down. Maddox coming up. Maddox does not reach a lot. Pitcher Browning set to go. He comes home. Swung on, a squibber in front of the plate. Browning is in, picks it up, spins, fires to first in time. Two away. We have Rose coming up to hit. The switch hitter batting right against Browning. Pete has done nothing in 2 trips. Left-hander Browning ready. And a pitch. Over but low, and Rose takes first. And that's only the 2nd walk issued by Browning. That was Rose's first walk of the season. Now coming up, Boone. Boone not strong at the plate. Boone steadies his bat. Browning looking home. They're holding Rose. The pitch. Boone swings. This is a big league fly ball. Center field. This should do it. He's got it for the 3rd out. That'll do it for Philadelphia. Nothing across. 1 left. Reds still with a 2-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch. The Reds will have Oliver, Browning, and Larkin here in the 7th. Leading off, Oliver. A streaky hitter, although he has delivered in this game. Oliver steps in. Boone crouched down now. The delivery from Carlton. Oliver turns the bat loose, but comes up empty. He's out of there. One away, 10 Ks. Next batter, Browning. Browning steps in. Carlton ready. Carlton comes to him. Swung on, chopping ground ball up the middle. Boa is over. Stabs for it, and he's got it. Fires to first in time. And that's the 2nd out. Larkin is now up. Larkin has 2 hits and 3 trips, driven in 1. Left-handed Carlton goes to the set position. The pitch. Larkin pops a little fly, back of second. Trio did Boa going out. Maddox coming in, and Maddox makes the catch in front of Boa. Side retired. The Phillies retire the side in order after 7. Reds up by 2. For Philadelphia, here in the 8, Carlton, Trio, and Boa. Carlton is scheduled to hit. We'll have to wait to see if he bats for himself. Carlton settles himself in the box. Browning is ready to fire it in. Phillies manager Anderson looking at his score sheet. Anderson is recalling pitcher Carlton. Who is it? Smith will bat for him. Bats right. He grabs a bat and heads toward the plate. So Carlton gets his innings. He pitched 7. His line, 3 runs, 2 earned on 7 hits. He stands to lose it unless the Phillies can make up the 2-run deficit. Here's Smith coming to the plate. Smith, a fierce hitter. Lonnie can get on. Browning looking in. The offering to Smith. Line to short, and he's got it. 1 down. Next to bat for Philadelphia is Trio. 1 out. Trio is hitless in 3 at-bats. Oliver sets up. The pitch. That's skied to right center, medium deep. Davis roams over. He calls. Can of corn. 2 away. Two away, 8th inning. Boa gets set to bat against Browning. He'll bat right here. Larry, 1 for 3. He's stolen the base. Boa in the box. Catcher Oliver sets his target. The pitch. Pop way high to the left of the mound. Larkin comes in. Oliver comes out. Sabo is over. Browning is trying to direct traffic. Who's got it? Larkin snares it for the putout. 3 away. For the Phillies, 3 up, 3 down. The score still stands 3-1. Reds as we head for the bottom of the 8th inning. Philadelphia will now face the Cincinnati strength. Duncan, Davis, and O'Neill. McGraw is coming on to pitch for the Phillies. For McGraw, this is his first appearance. He's a southpaw. Duncan will get it started for the Reds against McGraw. He'll bat right. McGraw takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. McGraw will go to work on him. McGraw brings it to the plate. Grounded to second. He's there. Plenty of time, and there's one away. One gone, none on for Cincinnati. Right-handed hitter Davis gets set to bat against McGraw. The hitter stands in. McGraw prepares to come home. Here's a pitch. Swung on, foul tip. Held by Boone. Strikeout. 2 down. Davis is now struck out 3 times. Well, we have O'Neill to bat for the Reds. He bats from the left side. O'Neill is hitless in 3 at-bats. O'Neill is struck out 3 times. O'Neill settles himself in the box. Boone ready to receive. McGraw comes home. Wide of the mark, and O'Neill walks. That was O'Neill's first walk of the season. Sabo will bat next for Cincinnati. A right-sider for Cincinnati. 2 outs, 1 on. Sabo 1 for 3. Sabo is struck out twice, driven in 1. Boone set. The delivery taken, and O'Neill is stealing. Boone comes up throwing, and they get him. That's 3 away. The half for the Reds. 0-0-0. After 8, it's still 3-1 Reds. Cincinnati will now face the heart of the Phillies lineup. Schmidt, McBride, and Luzinski coming up. All right. Schmidt will lead off the 9th. He swings from the right. He'll wait for his pitch. Browning sets up on the rubber again. Lefty against righty. Browning gets set to pitch. He delivers. High and tight. The ump says ball 4. And Schmidt will get down to first. That was Schmidt's first walk of the season. So, runner on first. We have McBride to bat for the Phillies. He bats from the left side. You don't need Einstein to solve this puzzle. McBride needs to get a hit. Bake is hitless in 3 at-bats. McBride preparing to bat. Browning has asked for a new ball. He's rubbing it up. The batter stands in, sets his hands, leans in. Browning sets up on the rubber again. Left-handed Browning goes to the set position. The offering from Browning. Grounded to first. Benzinger fires to Larkin for 1. And back to first to complete the double play. We have Luzinski to bat for the Phillies. Luzinski had his first homer earlier in this game. Luzinski 1 for 2 with a walk. Browning prepares to come home. The delivery from Browning. This one is hit. It may carry, but doesn't. And O'Neill shags this one down. And that's out number 3 and the game. The Reds have closed this one out, spurred on by the disciplined leadership of Weaver. Browning has a beautiful 3 hitter. He went the full route. Here's the line for the Reds. 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They lead for the Phillies. A run on 3 hits, 1 error, and they lead 4. Browning gets the win, his first. Carlton takes the loss, his first. So the Reds gain a step for the Reds.
Overall, they now stand at
1-0. That puts the wraps on this one. Ernie Harwell and WAPBA leaving you from Cincinnati. Reds take this one from the Phillies. 3-1.
All right, pardon me, let's hit the chat. I know it's jarring to hear my voice after the dulcet tones of Ernie, but you just have to deal with it. Well, so let's check in. So World's Worst Gamer asking, so if you buy the current, and it's actually DVD for APBA Baseball, it will still have Ernie Harwell. So what they were going to do was have Pete Van Wieren come in and kind of pick up or do like all the seasons after 1997. So for Ernie Harwell, you have 1871 to 1997, pretty damn good chunk of baseball. But then what APBA, I guess, decided to do is they just wanted to overhaul the game engine, which really means that while they did do some meaningful updates, they removed things like the Fan Park Encyclopedia import and stuff like that. And I guess with all the money, the thing with they decided not to focus on the broadcast. Whether that's going to go or not now is I doubt it. I think they're putting their energy in APBA Go, which needs a lot more energy, to say the least. But still, I mean, you know, you can still play current seasons on it. It's just that if the name isn't in the database of Ernie Harwell, like, you know, you're not going to hear Otani. He's going to say O or whatever. But for a lot of players, you know, so for Mike Trout, he's just going to say Trout. So there is that trade-off. But I don't really see, and I mean, Ken Castro, he kind of knows the APBA folk very well, and I'm sure if Ken had any or any indication that they would be bringing in a broadcaster, he would probably be the first to know. So I still think the game's worth it. It's $28. It runs nicely in modern systems. I'm running this in Windows 10. I do have an older version of Baseball for Windows that I used to create seasons and stuff like that. As I told you guys, I bought an old $90 laptop on eBay, a Vista machine, and I put an XP virtual machine on it. And, you know, so that's cool. Yeah, so Aaron Reed is asking why Earl Weaver. So what I'm doing, Aaron, is slowly I'm installing micromanagers on here. I just haven't gotten to Pinella and the other guys yet. They will be in here. But there's also a utility to just rename the micromanagers. But I thought that I had Sparky Anderson in there and Earl Weaver for today's game. I thought they were good for 1980, 1990 baseball. Wouldn't be like putting in John McGraw, which would have probably, in Connie Mack, for instance. So it's going to take a while, and with all the other baseball stuff I'm doing, especially the fact that I just realized while I'm listening to this game that I still haven't finished the Historic 16 and Out of the Park baseball, and it is just down to the final two teams. We will get there. So yeah, it's just a lot. Shohei should do commercials for O'Reilly Auto Parts. Nice. Big clue. So, yeah, so you guys, we were talking a little bit about Tug McGraw. You got to love Tug McGraw. And so, for those of you who don't know, we'll just go into a little bit more depth with it. So, Tug McGraw was asked what he would feel when facing a hitter like Willie Stargell. And McGraw, I guess, you know, his usual plum, as it were, said to the reporter, and pretty much deadpan. This is beautiful. He said in about 3 million years, he said the Earth will just be nothing more than a frozen ice ball hurtling through space, and nobody will be left alive to remember how I pitched to Willie Stargell that day. I love Tug McGraw, one of the game's great characters. Everybody talks about, you know, Bill Lee and Mark Fidrich, but man, Tug McGraw is one of those guys that would have been at home in the dead ball era with guys like Bugs Raymond, you know, and of course, you know, later on, Nick Altrock, all the great characters in the game, and Tug McGraw would have been perfect in the Ned McGreevy League. So I'm a big Tug McGraw fan, and a hell of a pitcher too. So, And I guess he is Robbie's relationship counselor after all, right? Robbie Wartburg, you said if you only had the dollars to buy the code and the rights, this game would have. Well, if you had that kind, you could just buy them out, right? I don't think APBA's public, though, so I don't know. Offer him $1 million, he'll take it. What is an offer I can afford that Hal couldn't resist? Wasn't there... Yep, McGraw was the clown that Bill Lee wished he was. Yeah. So, wasn't there a there was a rumor going around that there was some Disney, there's some, I don't know if it was somebody from Disney or whatever, wanted to buy Strat, just wanted to buy it, was willing to pay a crap ton of money, but Hal's not letting it go. So I don't know. What is it? Somebody also tells me that at Strat conventions, Hal insists upon, and it's almost a rule, a law, that Hal gets to play the 1927 Yankees, and I guess people let Hal win. Whatever. What is he? He's like 117 now, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. So, when will the 90s Reds play again? Hard to say, Aaron. So the way, I mean, you can see up here on this window, you know, where they are. So it would be looks like they have an off day on this schedule. So the Reds would play not tomorrow, but day after tomorrow would be the Reds. So this is, but I don't know, like tomorrow after, like, so going into orientation for a new job. I actually have another job interview in the morning, so some of this might switch to evening baseball. I'm not sure yet how things are going to go. On days off, there will be daytime baseball, but I'll be able to update you guys, you know, going forward. If I had, which is never going to happen, if I had 10,000 or even 5,000 subscribers, you know, I could probably make a few bucks on this because I could put a Patreon up and stuff. But unfortunately, I got to work for a living, so I don't know the frequency of this, but we can speed some things up and get the Reds in again. That's not beyond the realm of possibility, Aaron. And I also added the 1992 Braves as you requested, and the Braves will be playing. Who are they playing here? The Braves are going to be playing the Dodgers, so that'll be a good game, Braves-Dodgers. Robbie says, how do you let someone win a cards and dice game? You always have that element. Oh, Robbie, I wish I had you in a poker game. Oh, my goodness. Steve Tate is working on his first player in the Negro Leagues, and what a great one. Turkey Stearns. Absolutely. Ken Castro said when he played against a fan who won a lottery to play head-to-head, he chose the 27 Yankees. Yeah, it's kind of a thing in the Strat community, is my understanding. So I do have a lot of friends like in other communities and people I went to school with and that are Strat players. And that's just the thing with Hal. And I mean, you got to give him some credit, Robbie. I mean, you might not like the game, but I mean, you know, Hal Richmond, you know, in Stratomatic, I mean, how many people, and myself included back in university, you know, played Strat and had a lot of joy of it. So, you know what? He might not have the best business model, but, you know, here's somebody that created a game that gave so many, literally years, and for some people, decades of enjoyment. So, you know what? Hal gets to play the 1927 Yanks. That's all right. I think that's all right. So, triple header today. Robbie, did you find a girlfriend? Exactly. Ken Castro. And we're not giving you hell here, Robbie. Just trying to clarify a little bit for you. I know that your sense of justice is strong. But, you know, Ken says it here. He took a chance to make and sell the game. Got to give him props for that. And, you know, I mean, back in the day, what somebody said, this was, Strat is just a bit younger than APBA, and that's it. And it's a big chance. This was a niche market even then. And when you think about 1951 when APBA came out and Strat coming out not long after, the big thing that was sweeping the United States of America was television. And these guys were putting out cards and dice baseball games. And I think that says a lot about um, the balls. I'll just put it straight up. The balls that these creators did to put out these games when people were, if they weren't watching television, they were playing games like Monopoly and stuff like that. And these guys came out with these brilliant games that literally have stood the test of time. Big Clue says, how but my God, the game is stuck in the same business model they had in 1973. Yeah, it is. The business model sucks. It sucks. Well, I don't like the way they treated me either, Robbie, but you know, it's at the end of the day, I don't hate Hal Richmond for it, and I still think that Strat PC or not Strat PC, but Strat Cars and Dice is an excellent baseball game. My only complaint there is, you know, I would see people wishing and hoping that Strat would release a specific season that they hadn't released in years, and it never made sense to me because they have every season available in the PC game, and it's like, you know, if Strat really wanted to do it, they could make seasons print on demand. Don't know why they don't. I don't think that you should you're creating this artificial need, and then all of a sudden now the big announcement is whatever season it was. I can't remember. So, but the Strat piece, the Strat. God, I keep saying PC. I hate the PC game. But Strat Cards and Dice is a superb game. I don't play it. I don't play any cards and dice games anymore. But it is superb. It's superb. And, you know, their business model will turn around hopefully someday. But I appreciate it, Robbie. I do appreciate you, buddy. Please don't take me the wrong way. Yes, exactly. It launched fantasy, play-by-play, rotisserie back in the 70s and early 80s for sure. Exactly. Right? You have to remember, says Cousin Ken, those guys who made games had a few friends playing the game, no idea if there's a community outside of the reach. It was a gamble and respect that. Yeah. Yep. Right? No internet. I mean, I remember, and you guys all remember too. Robbie, you might not. I think you're the youngest member in this community. I'm not sure. We don't know Aaron's sort of age or whatever. Um, But man, back in the day, you saw these games, APBA and Strat. I mean, you guys remember Street and Smith Baseball and Baseball Digest. That's how you found out about these games, you know? So they had to do it like the hard way, and you would have to order by mail, and they'd have the little coupons. You know, you would order, send it in a mail along with a check. And, you know, both APBA and Strat, I mean, they made their money. They made their money. However, nobody told them that they could, and maybe they're not interested. They have a strong fan base. So, but I get where you're coming from, Robbie. No one is saying this to make you feel bad. It's more historical perspective because a lot of us were there. I wasn't there at the beginning. I'm not old enough to remember the beginning of either of these games, but um, I just remember having so much fun with them. Arnold Hunter says he says he played Strat before he discovered Action PC. Yep. Ken says I was told last night from someone in a chat that a reason a certain game platform doesn't produce dead ball seasons is that the quote unquote stats are not reliable or available. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I mean, who no, because we don't want to. I don't want to create bad. I've already created enough bad blood with a few other content creators here, which I'm hoping to rectify. I don't want to get back on that again. But how can they say dead ball stats aren't available or reliable? Holy shit! And we got Steve Tate over there laboring away now on Negro League stats. That is the challenge. Dead ball stats all over the place, man. And they're getting what lefty-righty splits, getting caught stealing. They're starting to unearth those. I don't know what the hell they're talking about and how a dead ball stat is unreliable. That's bullshit. So that means everything Walter Johnson did is unreliable. I'd love to debate that person. In fact, I don't know if that person listens to my channel or comes to my channel. Probably doesn't. But I'm going to throw down the gauntlet right here. All right? I'm going to throw down the gauntlet. And if anybody goes to that channel, and I I know what the channel is, but I'm not going to say what it is. But I will say this. If you want to tell that person, I would invite a debate. We will have a debate. We can have a moderator if you want. Debate format. Let's talk about it, right? We'll do it on your channel, provided you don't boot me out. We'll do it on mine. I promise my mods won't boot you out. Let's do it. Let's do it. Big Clue says dead ball stats are reliable. They are, however, improving thanks to RetroSheet. Yep. So I'm putting it out there nicely. We can set up a debate format. You know who you are. If anybody goes to that channel, let them know. I would invite them to a formal, structured debate. Right? We can do the whole thing. Let's talk about it. If you want to have a more relaxed discussion, we can do that. But I would like to know where your reasoning is coming from. I think it'd be, maybe you have a chance to educate the community. Maybe those of us who, because I think there's a lot of people around the community that know. I mean, Ron Juckett and had mentioned that it's pretty well known, and it is. That's my era of baseball, is the dead ball. Ken Castro, of course, shoring up my knowledge of the 19th century, whatever. But I am into older baseball, and I wouldn't be in. Not that I don't love. I mean, come on, we did a triple header today, and to me, this was like ultra modern baseball that we did, and love it. But I'd love, and I'm not coming off as a baseball historian. I'm not. There are people in here that are. I would say Ken Castro, Big Clue, Steve Tate. These guys are baseball historians. I'm coming at it as a student of the game. And I'd love to have a little chin wag about dead ball and why it's unreliable. What a crock. So, but I promise I'll be nice. But I invite you to come on at any time. I'll stop a game in the middle of a game, and we can have our debate, whatever you want. Just don't spread that kind of disinformation. So, because it doesn't make any sense, man. Will that person actually come in and have a debate? I doubt it, but I'm calling you out. Calling you out. And I hope word gets to you. You are invited. And again, I promise my moderators here, which is pretty much everybody, no one is going to kick you out. In fact, I'll make you a mod, at least for the debate, if you want. Just for that. So the challenge is there. If you want to come on, I know who you are. Your channel is maybe a little bit bigger than mine. It's a little bit bigger than mine by 50%. So we're both small channels. Love to debate you. So there it is. You guys have heard it. I've put it. I've thrown the gauntlet, as it were. And I know I sound. A lot of people say I'm really ridiculous for being passionate about a bygone era and in a game. Well, no, I'm not. The idea that Ken and I had with the Ned McGreevy League, and I think there's a little bit of dig about that. That's why I'm also maybe taking the offensive here a little bit. You got me Irish up and me Italian. Is that these players were great. They were great players. And to dismiss not only the dead ball era, but even 19th century, right? These were athletes, and you still had to play the game. And before Branch Rickey came along with affiliated minor leagues, buddy, if you didn't make the show, if you didn't make it to a big league club, back to Indiana and digging ditches. True, they didn't have the training methods that the teams that we saw today in our Ernie League, even going back to the 1960 Bucks and the 1960 Yankees who played today, whatever. But I would contend that if you gave Ty Cobb, Hannes Wagner, Sam Crawford, if they knew in those days, right, about training methods, Babe Ruth believed that the bigger the bat you had, right, the further you could hit home runs. They didn't understand the physics, it's the speed of the bat. Remember the All-Star game where the Hall of Fame brought one of Babe Ruth's 42-ounce behemoths? There were guys there, professional ball players, major leaguers that could barely lift the bat, and Ruth swung it with such grace. And I get sick and tired. Yes, anybody wants to leave now, it's a Beatles homily coming down, hellfire and brimstone, that I am sick I am sick of it. Not only in whatever community, I'm sick of the fact that people dismiss the dead ball era and even the 1920s and 30s, whatever, and the 19th century, that they just dismiss these players out of hand. I think that shows that what that demonstrates to me is willful ignorance. Willful ignorance. So, and yeah, you know what? The Ned McGreevy League has gotten some love around the community. I'm shocked, but pleasantly so. Ken and I started talk. God, Ken, you and I started talking about this in 2019, I think, about doing something. Else. Maybe actually even before I got to America, we were talking about something that might be fun, but didn't happen. But it did happen. And holy shit, last night we had 16 people in here at once. And for my channel, that's huge. That's like our Red Sox fan having like, what, 70 or 80 people watching? Because he's a big channel. And I love most of the content creators in this community. I do. There's a few of them that just say shit that is just, you got to be kidding me. So yeah, I'm pissed, man. I'm pissed. I mean, it's not like hero worship or anything like that, but Walter Johnson was a great pitcher. And if you're gonna just on you can say what you want on your channel, but you're gonna tell people that this great pitcher, Walter Johnson, that those stats are unreliable. Come on. The Ty Cobb wasn't what? He's not the highest average hitter in baseball. I mean, we can quibble about whether he had 366 or 367, but come on. What a load of bullshit. Welcome in, Pib. Sorry, I'm going off, man, because people know how to press my buttons, and I love it. He says, I love 19th century baseball, your ongoing Action PC project, A History of Baseball Replay, beginning in 1876. You're up to 1885 right now. Ken Castro is your man there for that, but yeah, good stuff. Yes, Big Clue brings up, and I'll let you guys go here soon, I'm sorry. Big Clue, I'm just going to remind you, as Ken says, yeah, after my head spun like The Exorcist, I just shut him off. Dead ball stats are reliable. They are, however, improving. I mean, there were certain things that, right, they didn't think about caught stealing. It wasn't an official stat. So but you can't base reliability on what isn't a stat, because if that's true, then let's see, when did Bill James, guys, when was that? Late 80s, the whole Bill James and the sabermetrics started coming in and all that kind of stuff. So should we say that runs created for 27 innings, right? So that any baseball played before then, if that stat's not in there, right? If I pick up a 1984 edition or a 1982 edition of Macmillan's total baseball encyclopedia, that stat's not in there. Does that make the player's performance any less reliable? Because you know what, kiddos out there who say dead ball stats are unreliable. A 300 hitter is a 300 hitter. I don't give a shit what era you're in, except maybe the 1870s in baseball. Really, right? Hannes Wagner was an 8-time batting champion in the National League. That means that he hit for average higher than anybody else in the National League for 8 seasons, competing in that time. So how does it make these guys any less? Or, well, that's just bullshit, man. Midlife Crisis says, let's put it this way, I bet the dead ballers could pick up today's game right away. Yep. Whereas today's players would have to learn how to bunt and steal first, and pitchers would have to learn pace. They would. Yep. Exactly. You want to talk about reliability? What about the stats disappearing from the game? Oh, person who's talking bullshit, right? Complete games. Gone. They're gone. And I think that not only just the dead ballers, what about the guys from the 40s and the 50s, the 60s, dare we say even the 1970s, and we still have those guys around. I'd love to talk to what does Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan. What do these guys think about having somebody in your staff whose job is to come in to get a left-hander out? Let's go back to 1968 and Bob Gibson. would you have the balls to approach the mound, Bob Gibson, and say, well, Bob, we need somebody to get this lefty out? You would have to have a death wish. Or go to Lefty Grove and say, well, we got to pull you because, yeah, there's this guy coming up, Bob, and whatever. Sure. Guess Ted Williams' career is unreliable since intentional walks were tracked for the first 2/3 of it. Apparently, big clue. Apparently. Yep. Apparently. So, what the hell else can we throw out the window? I don't know. No, it's not Jester. Jester does it. No, this is not Jester. I know who it is. It's not Jester. But you know what, World's Worst Gamer, and I will say this in defense of Jester, actually. Jester makes no bones about it. He will tell you, I don't know anything about older baseball, and I really don't care to learn it. That's fine that you had to guess. No, I have no issue with Jester. It was just a couple weeks ago. He was kind of Smokey Joe Wood on Anthony's broadcast. Smokey Joe Wood talking, but Jester again, just to ruffle feathers, said, "Yeah, wake me up when the old man stops talking." But no, this was not ID Jester at all. Let me save this make sure this organization's saved. Yep, we're good. So no, it's not him. Not him. So, but yeah, I know who you are there, person who said that, because I was lurking in your broadcast, and so I know who you are. And interestingly enough, I'm actually a mod on your channel, but I was sort of busy doing something else. But I'm a mod on your channel, so, and I like you as a person. I don't know some of the people in your community, but I'd love to have a debate with you. Let's do it. Let's educate. Let's educate one another. Maybe in all my years as a baseball fan, my focus on 19th century and especially dead ball baseball, right? So 1894 to 1919. Maybe I've been completely misled by all these books I've read. And the documentaries I've watched on that time period, and the biographies I've read on Hannes Wagner, Ty Cobb, Walter Johnson, Christy Mathewson. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong when I've read those first-hand accounts written by Ring Lardner, and the reporting by Huey Fullerton. Getting through the florid prose, you were still getting, right, Grantland Rice, you were getting accurate baseball. Right? It's bullshit. Do I get a Anthony, big clue, Anthony Bleacher Bums Gaming is a huge dead ball fanatic. He kicks my ass when it comes to dead ball. Anthony's a huge dead baller. Absolutely. The senior side of baseball sims at night, lurking. Absolutely. But the bottom line is that it's all relative. Half the guys from 1993 to 2004 couldn't make it in Major League Baseball without PEDs. World's Worst Gamer. It's we'll get you on here sometime, and all we'll do is just get you on the Discord, man. Just come on and talk. You don't have to worry about fussing us. We'll do all the hard work. Anyhow, the gauntlet is thrown on 9 January 2023, and I will wait, and I hope, just come in. Whatever. I'll put my email in here if you want to email me, except I'll get spammed by a billion other things. I'm easy to reach, and I promise you it will be polite. That's what I'm getting the anchor out. It will be polite. Let's talk. Tell me why. Show me compelling evidence. If you're going to make a claim, first rule in academics, if you went to college, the first thing they teach you in freshman English is if you make an assertion, back it up. So if you can show me how Even traditional stats. Why don't we limit it to traditional stats? All right. So what batting average? And we know, right? So we could debate right now in this chat. We could say, and I know Steve would chime in on this. Okay, why why certain stats are not as reliable or as accurate a measure of a player's performance. But however, if you're talking that dead ball stats are unreliable, most of the stats that have gone through baseball, you could make that same argument then that those stats themselves aren't reliable. All right, batting average has been around, right? Was it Henry Chadwick, right? Batting average, right? So Henry Chadwick, the father of the box score, big cricketer, saw a baseball game and was hooked. All right, so what about batting average, slugging percentage? We're not going to discuss the merits of those stats and have a sabermetric conversation, but what makes a batting average in 1912 mean less than a batting average in 1992 or 2022 last year? I don't get it. I think somebody's just being a dumbass. Today, a 300 hitter may well be a 400 hitter in 1911. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not arguing that, and I would never argue um, that somehow the dead ball players are superior in every way. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. If you didn't give them the training and somehow we could bring Tris Speaker into today, would Tris Speaker even make the majors? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe not. Not without the training and everything like that, though Tris Speaker was a phenomenal athlete. Different type of ball game, but it's still baseball. They didn't hit long home runs. That was pretty rare. Although we saw one the other night, didn't we? An opposite field shot. I don't know. Midlife crisis says baseball has always changed the rules through history to add or subtract offense. Baseball always adapts. We'll see a difference for a year or two, but players and managers will adapt. Yeah, I mean, you talked about this past season being the lowest since 1968. Well, look at 1968 and look at 1930. Talk about right opposite years. Hack Wilson wouldn't have hit 190 runs batted in 1968. It wouldn't have happened, right? This past World Series showed the importance of starting pitchers again. How the Phillies beat the Cards with small ball. Yep. Not having seen the comments you're referring to, Big Clue says he's going to reserve judgment. But right. So Big Clue referring back to, I don't want to put words in someone's mouth. And Lord knows people are often inarticulate at times. But my first question is, what do you mean by unreliable? That's mine as well. That's mine as well. So what about quantitative stats? Okay. So the player with the most lifetime triples is Sam Crawford, right? And there wasn't that old rule where if the ball bounced over the fence, it was a home run. We know that, I don't know how many of them, but we know a few of Babe Ruth's, at least a few of Babe Ruth's home runs were what today we would call a ground rule double. But they were home runs then. But triples were triples. Babe Ruth had this many home runs. And not a lot of them. Babe Ruth hit them out, right? So quantitative stats, I mean, certainly, I don't know how they can be unreliable. Ty Cobb stole, what, 892 bases? Now, granted, no, because Ty Cobb, that was the modern stolen base rule, so he didn't advance on a play the way I think it was the 1880s, early 1880s. Ken would know the stolen base rule was different. So Billy Hamilton's stolen base is probably closer to 700 and something than 900 and something. Still. Batting average, right? What is that? That's just the amount of times you're successful hitting. That's what it is. It's just a percentage. How is that unreliable? You either make a safe hit or you don't. You know, you make an out or you walk. And walks don't count against your batting average, but outs do. I don't know. Why didn't this game have dead ball seasons in the library? This one has dead ball. If you're you're talking about the game you're talking. APBA has dead ball, but his game didn't, and I know what game you're talking about. And there's a lot of games out there that don't have the early seasons, and I think it's because they just don't want to research them. And also, I think it's because there's not a lot of people interested in dead ball baseball. There really isn't. I know that. Look, besides being a not very good broadcaster, I think one of the other reasons, and also being a sort of a person that likes to rock the apple cart, the content I do on here is baseball that a lot of people just, they're not interested in it, and I get that. But, and game companies, I think, certainly know that. How many people would storm the gates at Strat headquarters in Glens Head, or Alpharetta, Georgia, if they say, hey, we're coming out with a 1907 season? Hardly anybody. Hardly anybody. Big Clue says the number one reason baseball sim would not have pre-1920 seasons is that they aren't as likely. Yeah, I didn't even read that. I swear to you, to sell as more recent seasons, right? Yeah, and they could just say that, right? No different than polling fans of a team who the greatest players in history are. 90% of the responses will be post-World War II players. Absolutely. I don't know how many Facebook groups I belong to in baseball. Who's the all-time greatest player since? I've seen them even go back to since 1980. So if you're before 1980, forget it. Apparently you suck. So, yeah, I guess somebody forgot to tell. You know, I don't know. I don't get it. And this game that is richer in its history, the four major team sports in the United States, this one with this rich, amazing history and astounding stories, and how so many casual fans just throw it off as nothing. I don't get it, man. Here's Bears Den. He says, hello again, everybody. Hello to Bears Den. Look back at the all-century team selections by the fans if you need proof. I know. Wants to ask if he could hit 300. I think it was 1960. He said, no, I'm 73. Yep, Ty Cobb. Sit at a bar asking the greatest players of all time with a bunch of 35-year-olds. It's hilarious. Oh, I know, right? And that's not to take anything away from today's players. Oh my God. Holy shit. I'm privileged to be living and seeing players like Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout and Aaron Judge and whatever, and having, seen, Ken Griffey Jr. and, come on. I mean, come on. Going back even a little further, whatever. I mean, Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill was a hell of a player. Keith Hernandez. These were great, good and great players. So I'm not saying that dead ball is the end-all, be-all of baseball. Not at all. But recognize, know your history, man. I mean, it's because of a 19th century dead ball player's great place hitting talent that we have the foul strike rule because of one man, Wee Willie Keeler. That's why we have that rule. And whatever. Anyhow, we are Big Clue says with all. I wish all of us could get down to a bar, enjoy some beer and burgers, and talk baseball late into the night. Big Clue, that would be. Robbie talks about having, if he had the money to overhaul APBA. If I had the money, and I think that's a noble thing, Robbie. If I had the money, I would. If I would hit Mega Millions is $1 billion. If I'd hit $1 billion, I'd be all right, guys. We're going to find a place geographically. I'm paying everything, first class hotel, the whole shebang. We're buying a damn bar. And even if it's just for a night. And it would be brilliant. And we'd have some dancing girls there for Robbie. We would have dancing girls there for Robbie. We really would. Actually, for all of us here, I mean, I realize it's a big country. We have world's worst gamers in Canada. We only have one guy that it would be a really hard trip for. Well, two, I guess. D. Scott Howard's in the West Coast, and MV's in Wales. But if we had a ton of money, we'd be like, look, man, I've got you booked, out of Heathrow first class. Get your arse over here, you Welshman. So yeah. Fans under 40 think the $100,000 infield is whoever the Pirates are fielding next summer. Oh, I would take that as an insult, except you're right. And I am a Pirates fan. Jeez. Okay, big clue. I got to ask you, how long have you been saving that one up? Got to ask you, man. How long have you been saving that up? Oh, my God, that's funny. Cha-ching. Big Clue is here all week, man. That was brilliant. But also true. Jeez. Anyhow. It's out there, and I know this community. So, and I know somebody's going to be listening in who wasn't in chat and saying, Beatles is being a real shithead. Why don't you go kick his ass in a debate? Okay, well. This is not a character assassination. I just think that the person who made that comment is just willfully ignorant. Stupidity is a matter of intelligence. Willful ignorance is a matter of laziness. Ken Castro has taught me so much about this game. All you guys have. I was under the impression for years that Forbes Field was the first modern ballpark. And it was this year that Cousin Ken corrected me and said, no, it was Shibe by 3 months. I appreciate the corrections. And if there's anything I don't know, I'll ask, or if I'm not sure. Man, if I had $1 for every time I've been corrected in my broadcasts by you guys, and I appreciate it. Hell, I'd have a nice little tidy sum set aside that I might be able to afford to try PC Replay Baseball. But that's what community and constructivist learning is, and I'm guessing in that stream last night, whoever that was, they probably didn't say, so what are your thoughts? Anybody think differently? How hard would that be? Because I know Ken well enough that as long as he wasn't doing the exorcist thing and spitting the pea soup, I think he probably would have said, actually, no, that's not exactly accurate. I really do. Wow, right? I'm going to go off to dinner too. All right, Midlife Crisis, thank you for stopping in. Enjoy and always love when everybody comes in. We had a fun day today, triple header. Robbie still doesn't have a woman, but right as Ernest Thayer wrote in that beloved poem, Hope Springs Eternal. Ken says if he had $1 for every time he'd been corrected by his wife. God, right? I feel you there, brother. I feel you. Wives, girlfriends, whatever. If I had $1 for every time I was corrected by a female, damn, I'd make Paul McCartney look like a pauper. Oh, well. Thank you guys for coming in. We pulled off 3 Ernie Harwell games today. Had a gander at one of the Negro League seasons in Action PC Baseball. And had a good time. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any closing words of wisdom? If not, we'll, this was coming. Let it be. Usually I don't other channels, but I know if you still got a Baseball Jones. I know that RGL Network is doing 1988 Cards and Dice on Inside Pitch. Our Red Sox fan always doing something. Last night, he was doing a home run derby on History Maker Baseball. So those are at least the 2 things I know. Baseball Demos is always doing some cool stuff, and I think his Game of the Week is going to be picking up again hopefully soon. That I do look forward to. If your hands are cold, sit on them, says Big Clue. There we go, gents. All right. With that said, thank you all today. World's Worst Gamer, words of wisdom. Don't lend out money if you expect to get it back. See that? I don't need church. I just come here and learn. All right. Here come the big thank yous. World's Worst Gamer, Big Clue, Ken Castro, Midlife Crisis, Bear's Den, Midlife Crisis again, only because he knows the joke. Why? World's Worst Gamer, Pib99 coming in and saying hello and hanging out for a while with us. Arnold Hunter, thank you, my friend. Aaron Reed. Aaron, we'll get more 90s Reds up here for you. I promise, I promise. Okay. Steve Tate, of course, the mad scientist. Dr. Emmett Brown himself. Doing some crazy stuff there. Gotta love it. Did I say Todd B? I did not. Todd B was in for a while. That's it. We got everybody. We got everybody. Nice. Love it too. Cousin Ken says, God, I love this bunch. Same here, guys. I really do. And I really think it would be cool someday to have a get together. I don't know how many people could make it, but it would be a blast. I mean, why not? People do it. You go to APBA conventions, Strat conventions. Why not? Well, I mean, we have a bona fide community here. You know, maybe coordinate with some of the other channels. I don't know. It'd be fun. Definitely count you in, cousin. And I think we should have it up in Rhode Island, because I love New England, and I haven't been up to New England in ages, so I'd love to get up to New England. Not in your winters, though. Springtime in New England would be nice. Fall in New England. Ken says that he flew from Boston to Oklahoma for a tournament. Wow. That's dedication. I mean, I don't know how many. Well, I think a lot of us are on the East Coast. A lot of us are on the East Coast. And again, I can only think of really two people would have to deal with a little tiny bit of jet lag. MV would have the worst of it. And D. Scott is out there on the left coast. World's Worst Gamers in Canada. I think everybody else is Central or Eastern time zone pretty much. Steve, you're in Mountain Time, though. Steve's in Mountain Time, I think. Robbie's in Central Time. Be something to think about, lads. Something to think about. All right, catch you guys around the batting cage. I truly mean this. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for putting up with my rant. And I'm hoping that that rant gets out there and that person will meet me in a debate. Okay, so World's Worst Gamer is Eastern Time in Canada. Join our Discord. Yep, peace is our Red Sox fan says. Mine is see around the batting cage, but I do mean peace for everybody. And I know it sounds cliche, but I do appreciate each and every one of you, and every time you just come in and hang out, and even those who watch and don't contribute, and even if you don't leave a like, I still appreciate you. Right? You're just hanging out and doing some baseball. Maybe you're doing some other things. I don't know. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you later. Yeah, Arnold's in New England. He's up in Connecticut, which I like to say. Connecticut Yankees in Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's Court. So you guys are on the batting cage. Ned McGreevy tonight. It will be once again Manchester and Cleveland, and anybody that caught last night's game will know that was absolutely nuts, off the charts, and W.P. Kinsella would have written a novel about last night's game. Round and third, headed for home, it's a brown-eyed, handsome man. Catch you guys later.